Another veteran versus a rising young talent. Well done, gets into the pocket. Laser shooting at the back. Big angle, he turns it up, man. These guys are going for it. That final inside clip. Working in the smoke, well done. Round of applause. Welcome to round one of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. It began yesterday in qualifying with the introduction of digital judging as well as human judging, whittled down to 32 to this morning, and now here we are in the top 16. Thank you for joining us here at round one of 8 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. The streets of Long Beach have been transformed over the 50-plus years to Formula One, IndyCar, and for multiple years, Formula Drift. And here we are once again. My name is Jared Deane. Jacob Gettens will be joining me up here in the booth, and Lorette Nickel, our field reporter. But now we celebrate Formula Drift as we enter our 23rd season of competition. I throw it down to a great friend of mine and yours, co-founder and now current president of Formula Drift, as we are getting set to celebrate again an iconic legend of the sport. We erected a Formula Drift Hall of Fame statue, a stack of tires, a signature trophy. We have the carbon flute. It sits above this tire stack that is celebrating Formula Drift, making history for over 15 years here on the streets of Long Beach. Next weekend, we're going to be back here. We're going to be back here Friday and Saturday night in conjunction with, obviously, IndyCar, sports car racing, IMSA. I mean, dude, it's going to be awesome. Stadium Super Trucks. It's a celebration. And our now friend Jim Lau, co-founder of Formula Drift, is president of the Long Beach Grand Prix Association. As I speak about presidents, I throw it down to my man, great friend of mine, like a brother, co-founder and president of Formula Drift, Ryan Sage. Ryan, down to you, bud.
I think that was you calling my name, Jared. It's so loud I can't really hear down here, so hopefully that's okay. Give me a thumbs up if that was fine. It's passing to me? Okay, good. Welcome out, everybody, to another beautiful year here in downtown Long Beach. We're always so grateful to be here in front of you guys and put on this show to kick off, you know, what has historically been the first round of every season. And what a beautiful day. The weather looked odd about a week ago, and it could not get better. This is the stereotypical weather that you would expect for a Long Beach, and especially a Long Beach Formula Drift. This year has been one of the most ambitious projects that we've had. So many things that the series is working on in both series, plus 3 new events, telemetry, new production, new partnerships. It is certainly the hardest work that we've ever done, but it's also been the most gratifying. And standing here in front of you today, I think it's probably the most fitting to really briefly, but importantly, remember some of the people that we lost this year that are still to this day having an impact on the sport. And the 2 people that we lost this year, I'd first wanted to recognize our dear friend, a driver, a judge, and then back to a driver again, passed away recently, Alex Pfeiffer. And Alex Pfeiffer was just an unbelievable character. He was not afraid to be at odds with you, and he would always text us at 2 o'clock in the morning when we'd be doing the FD Japan broadcasts. And so I got to deal with that for many, many years, and now we have Joyce and Tio doing that. And so when Battle Version pops up, you always get a little bit excited, and then after about the 800th comment, you kind of want to mute him. But we love Alex. He made a huge contribution to the sport in being a driver at the very beginning and then transitioning to a judge and making that sacrifice. And if you guys have an opportunity or a moment, the last vehicle that he drove in the series, the Tanaka Racing Corvette, is just right behind the Nitto rig on the right-hand side of the tower. Dwight Tanaka has outfitted it with the latest or the last livery that it actually ever had. So thank you, Alex, man. We miss you, buddy, and we hope everything's going okay. You've given us so many great memories. Our next, this one's actually kind of hard for me because we would not be standing here right now. I would not be standing here right now if it were not for this person. And this came very much as a surprise, and there's also a deep irony in it because, you know, my partner of 23 years, who I love dearly, is now in his position and his role, and his name is also Jim. Jim McCallion, the CEO of the Grand Prix Association of Long Beach, passed away just a few weeks ago. And Jim was the one that kind of inspired us to do the Hall of Fame. Jim was the one that got us our very first audition here in 2004 and 2005 when we had like Nobuteru Taniguchi and Reese Millen full course drift here in Long Beach. And that's kind of what started it off. And Jim always appreciated the fact that drifting attracted a young audience and has always been supportive of what we've done. And it is just a fact that if it weren't for Jim and if it weren't for Dwight, we would not be here today. I would not be standing here today. Probably much of the makeup of the sport would be much, much different. So I'm hoping that you guys can join me very briefly in a moment of silence for Alex Pfeiffer and Jim McCallion. Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. It's very nice to be able to enjoy that reverence with you guys for this brief minute. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Jim. We love you guys. We've been doing this for the past couple of years. We don't need to do it every year, but you know, we're getting to the point where athletes and people within the series are starting to move on and are aging out, if that's a thing in drifting. I'm not sure if it is or not. Or, you know, there is a point where the series has established enough of a legacy that it makes sense to do this. And last year we had the real honor of inducting that guy right there, Larry Chen, who has his name on the Hall of Fame monument just right there at the entrance. And, you know, that is something that we will always be proud of. It'll be there for as long as it stands. And I think it really shows and solidifies the relationship that we have with the city. So before we get to this year's nominee, which is actually an inductee, and now he'll officially be inducted, let me give you a quick teaser video of who the 2026 inductee is. In the world, one of the most well-liked, popular, and amazing athletes that Formula Drift has ever had. He still comes to our office as of today and stops by for no other reason than just to have lunch. He's great to travel with. Oh, there we go. And he has such a fun spirit. He also, for younger fans, the most nail-biting, craziest, kind of liked it, but also was very, very scared championship battle where he won it, he lost it, he won it, he lost it, he lost it, and then he won it again as different athletes were competing for that final crown. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2026 Formula Drift Hall of Fame, now inductee, Daijiro Yoshihara. There you go, man.
Wow.
You're paid.
Thank you so much. Wow, thank you, Ryan. The past few days have been overwhelming. Receiving this is crazy, and I'm so grateful. So I came from Japan and competed in Formula Drift since day one for 18 seasons. And you know, basically, the Formula Drift changed my life. And it was only possible because of the support from so many people. And some of you are here today, and I can't thank you enough. It's crazy to think it's been over 20 years since the very first Formula Drift event back in 2004. And it's been amazing to see how much this sport has grown since then. The level of driving, the build, and the number of fans. It's so incredible to see this many people today, right? Jim, Ryan, and Andy, and entire Formula Drift team had done an amazing job making this series what it is today. And big respect to all the drivers and the team to keep pushing the level every year. My last season was 2018, so I haven't really competed, but I'm still a drifter. And my roots, I mean, drifting is my roots, so receiving this award means a lot, and I'm so proud to be part of this sports. Thanks again to all the people in the Formula Drift, to my friends, to my family, and all the drivers and team, to my wife, and most importantly, thank you to all of you here for supporting Formula Drift. And good luck to the drivers. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the legend, Daijiro Yoshihara. All right, we'll send it back up to you guys. Jacob. Oh, you want to? Oh, okay. You guys can take it. Go for it.
Thank you, Ryan and Daijiro Yoshihara, your 2026 Formula Drift Hall of Fame inductee. Now, are you ready to meet your top 16 drivers? Make some noise! But first, if you could please stand for your national anthem and remove your hats before you meet our top 16 drivers. make some noise, Formula Drift. Let's introduce you our top 16 drivers celebrating all things FD. Congratulations, Dai Yoshihara, last year Larry Chen. And now we start with the first car parked. We start there, closest to the water, taking a look all the way down there, and you can see him. It looks like he is ready to do battle once again. Welcome back on American soil, Brazilian driver, Diego Higa. Welcome to Formula Drift Pro, making the jump from pro spec to pro on GT radials and that Richards Racing 86. Make some noise for the young man that is Cole Richards. A driver from Norway. He's bounced around and find himself back in that Mark V Supra. You love it, you know it, you gotta have it. Kenda Tires, make some noise. ECU Masters, Kenda Tire driver, it is Simon Olsen! Coming to us from Las Vegas, he is ready to party in his United States Air Force BMW. His eyes are on the prize. Sorensen Motorsports, make some noise. GT radial driver, Brandon Sorensen. This gentleman has had great success here at Long Beach. Can he do it again in his Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla? He says, this is his last Formula Drift Championship season in its entirety, but make some noise, the one, the only Rockstar Energy Drink pilot, Ryan Tuerck. Moving on down the line, some more Rockstar in the veins and Toyota rocket ship. Being fueled again by that Ineos oil on the veins and Kenda Tires, RSR Ichiban. He's been three-time Ichiban Formula Drift champion from Norway, Frederick the Norwegian Hammer Aasbo. Up next, a new look, but the same tenacity, taking with 3 championships overall as well. The first ever People's Champion. We'll see if he lives up to his sponsor. Is he destined for a win here today? And that Destin Industries all-new Nissan Z Mobile One Synthetics running through the vein. Optima providing the charge. The one, the only Drift Alliance pilot, Chris the Force Forsberg. Not only your return and defending champion, but your first ever 5-time champion. He returns once again to the mean streets of Long Beach in his O'Reilly Auto Parts, Pennzoil, Ultra, Platinum, Mustang, RTR, Spec 5, FD, on Ditto tires. From Ireland, it's James the Machine Deane. Are you ready to rock? Well, these two gentlemen are going from James Deane to now. The most recently announced they are expecting both the child and expecting a victory here in Long Beach. He's in that Pennzoil Ultra Platinum BC Racing Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD. Let's make some noise for the soon-to-be Hobfather, Ben Hobson. Moving on down the line in that royal purple O'Reilly Auto Parts 2JZ powered BMW from the Pacific Northwest. He's on GT Radials 129. It is Dylan Hughes. Next up, this gentleman in the Njuku Racing, Jerry Yang Racing, 86, breaking up the season, not doing an entire season. This 16-year-old phenom, make some noise for him. It is Hiroya Minowa. Now, again, a driver with a new vehicle, same signature orange, green, and white and black look. The field suspension GT Radial Subi Mods BRZ. It is Animus Odi Bakchis. Coming to us from the Inland Empire, the 909, the 951, regardless, NRG Innovations. He's in the RB-powered S15, his signature motor of choice, number 909. It's about to get lit with Ryan Litteral. This gentleman driver, another Irish driver, he flies the flag of his home country, and he built this car in less than 3 weeks. He's got his lovely lady by his side. These guys have made a name for themselves across the globe, and he's ready to do it again here in a vehicle that he is ready, he said is ready to fall apart on, but held together by thoughts and prayers in that Pulsar, Turbo Systems, BMW, Strom Wheels, Kumo Tires. Make some noise, Mr. Jack Shanahan. Our next driver here, he is an OG from 2004. He's been competing since day one. He pilots this Toyota GR86 Motul Greddy. Kenda tires on the corners. Again, the original Gushi. Make some noise, Kenshiro Gushi. And last but definitely not least, in this big Drift Energy Hot Pit Auto Fest, the Prisma NRG Nissan 370Z. This guy has a good time on and off the track. Let's see what kind of moves we got for the one, the only, Jeff Jones. There are your top 16 drivers. Again, Jim McCallan, Alex Pfeiffer, rest in peace. Your heart is always with us. And again, thank you so much for all that you've contributed to in the drifting world. Thank you so much. Some great words there by President of Formula Drift, Ryan Sage. Thank you so much. And again, that statue just over here as you walked in, you might have passed it, you might have walked past it. So be sure to check it out, grab some photos with it just being erected here this week. As those are your top 16 drivers, they are ready to go. Our media getting their respective areas with their bright yellow media and Canon vests on. Judges getting staged, and we'll get them to the line. We had an exciting qualifying yesterday. Unfortunately, not all drivers advanced on. We whittled from 33 down to 32. This morning to 32 drivers, and now here are our top 16 drivers. Are you ready to send in? Long Beach, make some noise! Go ahead and media and VIP exit the track, and we will get it going. Let's get them up to the grid and get them to send it. Jacob, as we are getting prepped here, what were, I mean, it was awesome to see the one more times, meaning that it's close. It was exciting to see, you know, obviously there's some incidents, you know, Derek Madison, he didn't mean to slick down the track. Things happen, but it just shows you the margin of error or the margin of make, all right? Because don't focus on the negative, but focus on the positive. But the round of 32 was definitely exciting. It was a little trickle, but it means that, again, it's a really tight competition.
Yeah, definitely one of the most hectic top 32s that I've ever seen. A crazy battle here between Dylan Hughes and Matt Field. I mean, one that's going to be talked about for a real long time. And yeah, I mean, Dylan Hughes ultimately, in this case, coming out ahead. And moving on, we have Andy Haley against Hiro Minowa. I mean, Andy Haley really showed his true colors and probably his finest form that we've seen in a long time. Unfortunately, it's against one of the steeliest competitors we've got on grid, the very young and talented Hiro Minowa. Frederick Aasbo against Beecham. I mean, epic runs here, and Frederick Aasbo seems to be back on robotic form. The standard that he set when he won all of those championships seems to be on full display now. Trent Beecham coming out swinging, but ultimately not able to take down the multiple-time champ. So great time, epic time, crazy time. Definitely, I mean, one of the most insane top 32s I've been a part of, if not the most. And we'll have some more explaining to do as we go as well. You might have noticed there's a few extra competitors on grid right now, but we'll be breaking that down and letting you know what's going on that side of things. We get all the drivers off track, get all the fans off track, and get top 16 mostly underway.
Yeah, I think we should just jump into it here once we get a little lull over the crowd and the vehicles make their way off the track, because, as you said, some explaining to do. I announced 16 cars, I announced 16 drivers, but technically it's a top 17 because right now we need to have a battle to find out who gets that final spot. If you were paying attention in 32, we never came to the conclusion or the execution of Shanahan versus Ken Gushi. Again, talk about Connor Shanahan and Kenshiro Gushi. That battle after the contact, after the lead run of Ken Gushi. All that being said, we will be seeing a rerun of Connor Shanahan and Ken Gushi. Jacob, elaborate on that. You've talked to the judges, you've talked to President Ryan Sage, you've kind of did your due diligence. Can you elaborate? Yeah,
so obviously we took an incredibly long time to go over this. It went back and forth for a very long time. The rule book was brought out. A lot of information was kind of stripped away, and looking back on past precedents. Basically, what happened, we don't have a direct rule for in the rule book. So what that means is it then defaults to what's called the competition committee, which is a group of people that then are tasked with coming up with a decision. And speaking with the drivers, speaking with, once again, rule books and everything else, the decision was made to rerun it in fairness for both drivers, to be able to put on basically the best foot forward and put on that performance. So yeah, tough call. I can say this was not taken lightly, and this conversation started at that moment of contact and basically didn't end until maybe a little bit before we actually went on air. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah. It like you said, a lot going on, and that's kind of how we started. If you can recall, it was a third battle going to 32, so it definitely put us into a bit of a tailspin as far as dissecting that. So it was, you know, obviously here we are up in the tower just navigating all this. You have spotters over here, you have the judges in front of us, Ryan's right here, your race data lab. So this is a glass box of emotions minus the glass. It's a box of emotions where we're trying to navigate ruling, emotions of spotters, taking into consideration everything. And again, that Shanahan-Gushi battle was really interesting because, like you said, there's no direct rule that could talk to that. But I don't know if I completely agree with that, but again, that's why it went to the committee, because it seemed like contact this, Gushi was on the wrong side. And then they let Gushi go, lead versus lead, all those things. And again, I kind of restrict my personal opinion, but you know, I guess at the end of the day, if they want to see him run again, have them go at it again. That way there's definitely some clarity.
We're going to know now. I mean, there's no more discussion about it. It's just time for the action side. And yeah, it's a tough call. And every once in a while, you know, we do our absolute best to build a bulletproof rule book. And I feel like every event, something happens that we didn't account for. And yeah, this is just one of those situations. So the upside for the fans is you get to see another epic battle. We get to see both of them go at it one more time. And I mean, they've got everything to lose at this point. So.
And what's interesting is Connor was so gutted that he didn't get to advance on. I thought he was going to advance on because Gushi impeded on him, and they would have got 16, but he couldn't go any further. Now he can maybe get the victory and then move on. So we'll see. We'll see when we come back. When we come back, round one on the streets of Long Beach, top 16. Let's make some noise.
Another veteran versus a rising young talent. Well done, gets into the pocket. Flames are shooting at the back. Big angle, he turns it up, man. These guys are going for it. That final inside clip. Working in the smoke, well done. Round of applause.
We have a packed house here at the streets of Long Beach. This is where we kick off round one and the 2026 Formula Drift Pro Championship. It begins here. We have 7 more rounds and it ends here. It begins in Long Beach and ends in Long Beach. In between, we make our way through 6 destinations. But this is officially the home of Formula Drift. So much so that we've erected a statue celebrating the Formula Drift Hall of Famers. Most recently, Daijiro Yoshihara, a veteran of the sport, retired a few years ago, hung up his helmet in the drifting world. They're competing in Formula Drift. But this is stop 1 of the 8-stop championship, and these are the stops beginning here today. We move on to Road Atlanta for a pro and a pro spec round. Within the 8 rounds, we have 4 pro spec rounds. We move on to Orlando at the end of May. We go to Stafford, Connecticut, Stafford Motor Speedway, June 18th through the 20th. Then we go to Indianapolis Raceway Park for a new stop on this journey. The end of July going into August, Monroe, Washington, just north of Seattle. A great track, great fans, Evergreen Speedway in August. Then we go to Sin City, 702 for a pro and pro spec round, the end of September, 24th through 26th. And we finish it here for a newly designed track. We debuted it last year after the House of Drift, Irwindale Speedway is no longer open for racing. And our defending champion is a 5-time champion, defending champion, first ever 5-time, first ever 4-time champion, and he betters it in that Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD. He qualified number 1 yesterday, and he continues his tear today. He's going to be going against Brazilian's own Diego Higa, but James Deane, what a weapon. The machine lives up to his name, Jacob.
Yeah, it's amazing that we get to live through this saga, this absolute dominance in the sport. And I mean, it's held up there with some of the greats of other motorsports. It is insane that we get to experience this and be a part of what is motorsports history at the end of the day. It is one of the greatest times to be alive if you're a drifting fan. And yeah, we're all here for it.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And I think the coolest thing about James the Machine Deane is that, you know, he wins with grace. He wins with attitude. He wins with such a gratefulness and gracefulness. He just has such a good, he always says, I'm buzzing, buzzing. And that seems just to be his signature move. So, you know, it's really exciting. I'm Jared Dienda, your tour guide for now 23 years. It's insane to see us grow from 2004 to now. Join us here for the past few years, Mr. Jacob Gettens, my co-host and also host of the Outer Zone podcast. We're excited to be your tour guides and basically explain what goes down. If it's your first time or 100th time, we'd like to break down to you what the judges' expectations are, how it's judged, line angle style, head-to-head competition. 2-man enter, 1-man leaves. We have just a few more moments before we move on to our first battle, but this is how we whittled down to 32 to 16. You can see that one blank spot open, and that's going to be filled by either Connor Shanahan, the other Shanahan bro, or Kenshiro Gushi after some deliberation of our competition committee.
Yeah, it's, I mean, yeah, we just get to experience it again. That's what I'm focusing on is, you know, a crazy battle and a kind of a redemption for both drivers. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, let's take a look at what happened earlier here. Shanahan versus Gushi. So Shanahan was leading, and it's all cut and dry. It's good competition up until outside zone 6. Watch this transition. Gushi dives in, Shanahan transitions. Can't go anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So what I thought was Gushi impeding definitely was, but they said, okay, let's go lead versus lead. Also, Shanahan had a 10-minute allotment because Ken Gushi was at fault, but unfortunately rolling away, boom, an arm broke.
Yeah.
So a lower arm broke, so he's out. The emotion's getting the best of him. The judges initially said, hey, let's go lead versus lead. Ken, you run without Connor in tow, we'll go lead versus lead. After doing that, during the halftime break, they discussed multiple different options. They said, all right, let's see them go run in the entirety.
Right, yeah, and I mean, if you're going to go lead versus lead, and those leads are similar, and you don't have the chase available to it, then that defaults to a one more time at that point anyway. So, yeah, here we are. I mean, when you've got that comparable, that's where we're at, and we get to go through and experience this battle one more time, and clear up the top 32 finally, and move on to top 16.
And this might turn that Shanahan frown upside down. But also keep in mind that, again, my knee-jerk reaction, what I thought the rules were going to play out to, and what I can recall was that, Shanahan would move on to 16 but couldn't advance on any further, but that's obviously not the case. And again, the competition committee said, let's move forward. Taking a look at our next bets, if you're a betting man or woman, go ahead and scan that QR code. You can see the odds-on percentage. James Deane, 39%. You can see so on and so forth between Odie, Aasbo, Shanahan, and Tuerck, depending on the percentages. Better's your, obviously, winning percentages, but obviously place the big bets. I mean, shoot, Ryan Tuerck with 7%. That's a pretty good bet there, given his history here. Frederick Aasbo only 10%. I mean, he won here last year, so there's obviously your passion and your enthusiasm lies in one driver, so you're gonna, place your bets on those guys.
Yeah, and if you're knowledgeable about FD history, you might see some glaring openings in that.
Absolutely.
So.
How we doing? Yeah, you got your nice tie-dye. What are we snacking on there? Popcorn? That's you, that's me. Oh, there we go. Is that a Pokemon tattoo? Is that, yeah? Look, yep, there it is.
That looks like an Eevee, and I see a Bulbasaur.
Yep.
And a Charmander and a Gengar. What else we got?
She collecting them all.
Oh man, you've got
collecting them all.
Got the glass of Squirtle.
And here are our judges' key to success. Jacob, what are they looking for?
Yeah, so we've added 2 zones with this, and basically in the lead, and we've seen this the whole time. The leads have been absolutely killer. Everyone is crushing all those zones, and that's become the default. You got to hit every single zone. You want to be hitting all at that max angle. That's going to get you a little bit more of an advantage through it. And then really, it's come down to the chase in almost every battle that we've seen, because all these drivers have leveled up on the lead side of things, and it's really become the driver that is the closest in the chase that's been taking home these wins.
There's the key to success. We'll see what driver opens the door for that opportunity. Again, we have 15 drivers currently seated. We are waiting to see the outcome of Kenshiro Gushi and Connor Shanahan to see the outcome there, and who will be going against. It looks like Simon Olsen. So the stage is set. So what was to begin at a top 16, we will defect back to that battle and advance on. But James Deane versus Diego Higa, walking through these battles here, Jacob. Ryan Tuerck and Sorensen.
Yeah, that one's going to be, I really think that's going to be fantastic. Ryan Tuerck obviously has a long history here, and Brandon Sorensen every year just continues to get better and better. If you cast your mind back to Orlando last year, some of the craziest tandem we've ever seen was Brandon Sorensen. He's just becoming just a chase monster. Ryan Litteral, Cole Richards, that's another great one. Cole Richards has something to prove, to say the least, and Ryan Litteral, he's back on a heater. Jack Shanahan, Jeff Jones, another great one. Jeff Jones looking very much on form, and Jack Shanahan second overall in qualifying. He should be able to throw this down as long as that car holds together. Not a lot of testing with that vehicle, and fingers crossed, no gremlins, but I know, especially looking at them last night, they are going through that car with a fine-tooth comb every moment that they get.
Looking forward to, obviously, Forsberg and going against his homie Dylan Hughes, and then Hiroya Minowa and Frederick Aasbo. That's, again, Hiroya has nothing but respect for the champs. He knows just what it takes now, even at his young age. Again, James Deane's his favorite driver. He grew up, loving, respecting, and now, here he is competing against some of his heroes. So it's really cool to see that. So Hiroya Minowa and Frederick Aasbo, and here we are pulling to the line for, again, our final battle of 32 to forge R16. So right now it is Connor Shanahan versus Kenshiro Gushi. Connor Shanahan, he had some time to fix the vehicle. Again, that arm broke. Now they have a little bit more time, a lot more time, excuse me. And this will dictate who moves on to 16. So again, re-racking them, tracking them, and stacking them. Hopefully they don't stack them. Connor Shanahan in that Red Bull, Juku Racing 86, and Jerry Racing. Kenshiro Gushi in the chase position, goes into that third outside zone, under the bridge, 3 and 4, and the outside zone 5, brings it all the way out there. Ken Gushi definitely gonna hold back there. That's where they had the issue earlier on their first run, and now getting smoked out around that final inside zone.
Yeah, great run from both drivers. I love to see Ken Gushi in the chase, going super deep into 5 as well, and then having to hold things back before he jumps into 6. making the smart choice there. And look at Connor Shanahan, gets that car lit off super early, finds how it wants to break traction and make sure that everything is feeling good, and it looks good. It looks fantastic. Right here, look at Ken. Gets caught out just a bit, but the way that he was able to mimic what Connor Shanahan was doing was actually fantastic. And yeah, just gives them that little bit of rope before they go into 6. You don't want to make the same mistake twice, that's for sure. But everything looking really tidy here for both drivers. They've got to be on their best behavior. It's like, you know, you get sent to the detention office, and then now you know you got to be good at lunchtime.
Got to be tight.
Yeah. But no, this is great to see. It's so tough too. You got to remember, they don't get any practice between top 32 and top 16. We don't talk about it enough. They've had 2 hours, especially these guys have had 3 hours in between, no other warm-up other than a burnout box. And then you come out here and touch every wall. That alone is impressive.
Yeah, and you bring up a great point. I was talking to Dylan Hughes during the halftime. I talked to a few different drivers, and the track changes, the surface. You know, like earlier in the day, it's cooler and colder, and then it gets hot, and where the tire rubber is at gets slicker. And also, you know, I remember years ago when they paved it, they changed the asphalt to the concrete. You could see where it goes black to gray. That's a different kind of slickness and different kind of granular surface area. So it's very interesting. Here we go now. Kenshiro Gushi out front. Shanahan in the chase position. Oh man, Shanahan drops into formation. Gushi, perfect execution. Bringing it close to the wall, doesn't tap it. He does tap that outside zone 4 into the big outside zone. Shanahan dives in on the inside, being maybe too aggressive. Now transitions into that final inside zone. Gushi overshoots it quite a bit. I have a feeling we might go to that BC Racing side-by-side.
I think so, yeah.
I think I think it's justified after looking at both those runs.
Definitely a sparring match between the battles, not a clear-cut winner. Some are cleaning up in some spots. I think Ken definitely taking a wider line, which means that inside zone is not going to be one that he collects cleanly. But look at Connor Shanahan, very calculated, almost supersedes Ken through that section. And I think Ken backed off just a touch before coming through 6. But yeah, unfortunately with that wide line, pushes him out pushes him out wide on 7. But look at how confident Connor Shanahan is. And I mean, a lot of this is going to be a testament to Ken Gushi. You cannot provide a chase like that if you don't trust the lead driver. And Ken being one of the, an OG's OG, you know that he's done this track more than almost any other human being on the planet.
Yeah.
So he's going to put down a solid run, and that's what we saw. And that allowed Connor to have a spectacular chase.
So taking a look at the overhead, waiting for the outcome. Connor, I like when they get out of the car and converse.
So do I.
Even if it's heated.
Yeah.
Like honestly, and here we go. Slide him left for Shanahan, right for Gushi. No overhead, throws it right in. Connor Shanahan gets the victory, and Connor advances on after another battle. Again, this wasn't decided earlier. There was some discussion, and basically, so that is our final battle of the Rockstar Energy Drink Top 32.
I mean, it took us a while to get through the first half, and it took us a while to get through the second half, but we are through.
So close in battle, so why not celebrate it? I had a great message from a fan. He says, dude, I know it's long, but it means more drifting. I was like, you know what? That's a great point, my man. He sent me a DM, and I was like, thank you. And you could delete that message. Thank you.
Yeah.
But again, game, respect, game. And that's why we're here. So we got beautiful weather. Thank you for everybody tuning in on Racer Network, Racer Plus Network. Download the app, easy to watch. Again, free 90 free. So do the work, download the app, tell your friends, tell your family, and there it is. So this is a case of frown upside down. He was very solemn earlier. You saw, and I felt it. He came up here, he sat up here for quite a bit with his spotter, and now here he is moving on as, look at that, gets a little, is that Biddies right there?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, Biddies, little Brian Hartsock giving him the knucks right there, and that's fantastic. So victory for Connor Shanahan. As let's throw it down to the red, who's with, again, frown upside down, Connor. Irish eyes are smiling.
Well, I'm so sure that you guys can feel the relief coming from this camp. And Connor, both the teams, Ken and yours, made the decision to rerun, and the relief, I would imagine, is astronomical right now.
Yeah, we are not really 100% sure what went down exactly. I don't know what happened or how this kind of came to a decision, but me and Ken were kind of cool with it. Obviously, the decision, I guess, came from FD, and then it was a hard kind of couple of hours because I was checked out. I was back in the rig, about to get changed, went to the spotter's tower, and then all of a sudden we were going one more time. So yeah, obviously they have some reason behind it, and me and Ken were cool with it. So, yeah, big thanks to Ken. You know, like, yeah, he was the bigger person in that position, I think, and yeah, we just felt like put on a good show, a good battle. The team done an incredible job. This thing was wrecked both corners, front and back, chassis damage also, and it wasn't a million miles away from being as good as it was in practice. I flicked in and I was like, I hope this thing steers somewhat similar to how it's been all weekend. But yeah, I'm just happy. It sucked to go out like we went out earlier, and nice to get a good shot at it into the 16, and let's try to keep chipping away.
Thank you, Lorette, and thank you, and congratulations, Connor Shanahan. Another Irish driver here, James the Machine Deane, notably going against Diego Higa. And Diego, I got to tell you, just his car setup, his attitude, everything. Diego is back here in Formula Drift on American soil. James Deane will lead in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Pennzoil Mustang RTR. Look at that, swing for that thing. Identical initiations. Look at that, just that next level, that just notch in the belt. A little further for James Deane. Doesn't get all the way out to 5, but has a fluid line. Diego jumps in on the inside for that final. Oh, contact right there. So you saw some contact, that left to right front for, again, Diego Higa. That looked like it was his fault. I'm sure they'll get contact.
Yeah, and I mean, anytime you have a driver chasing down James Deane, they gain a level of confidence that you just don't get with almost any other driver, because you know that lead is going to be as close to perfect as possible, and it builds a lot of confidence, and sometimes that confidence gets overshot just a touch. I think that's what happened with Diego Higa. Most of this run is really solid from him. I would like to see him in a little bit closer, especially now they're in the top 16, especially chasing down James Deane. And I think he felt the same thing too. He wanted to get back into that pocket and makes a dive a little bit late. James Deane in the lead, looking really solid, having to catch that left foot brake to get that car to go wide. That car is gripped up. It's got a lot of pace in it, and James is a master of being able to hold back the pony. And now that they swap things around, I think Higa does have a good pace in it, but it's pretty clear to me that James got a bit more speed. So James is going to have to hold back against Diego Higa. But, I mean, yeah, we'll see. We'll get Higa back on the line here, hopefully.
Is he running back, or is he running for the pits? Heading for the hills?
I don't know if I saw him back around. So he did make contact. There was no incomplete. So in theory, you could be presented with a free 5. Oh, looks like Higa is coming back with a little bit of front end damage. Looks mostly cosmetic though.
Yeah, that bumper obviously just falling off.
Yeah, he's checking the front end on the way back. That's what he's doing there. So scrubbing those fronts in just a touch.
Just seeing if if an arm's going to break, it's definitely going to do that, well, or if there's any issues or alignment.
Yeah, and you're going to feel a clunk. Like if something's really loose or something's kind of in the wrong spot, when you shake back and forth like that, you might feel a clunk. You might feel it pull a little bit harder to one side rather than the other. You can, believe it or not, you can learn a lot about how the car's doing by doing that.
Yeah, so, just shaking it up.
Yeah, just shaking it down, right?
And there's our starter. He's going to pull off that bumper. Make sure it doesn't fly off, because Diego now will be in the front, and James Deane will be chasing him down.
Yes, that bumper receiving a bit of damage, and Sopa might be grabbing out the speed tape or might be getting out the saw. Either way, we'll get that ready to go and back in competition.
Did you have a chance to check out the Mustang RTR, the new RTR?
No, I may have seen a couple of things ahead of time, and it's pretty sick, the setup in that thing. I didn't get to go see it in person yet, but it is on my list.
Electronic drift brake that's already existed, coming from the factory line at Flat Rock Assembly Plant in Michigan. Second ever time Ford has entrusted somebody outside of Ford themselves, Carroll Shelby being the first, now Von Gint Jr., Dark Horse Parts, electronic drift brake, and it's pretty cool with the EcoBoost motor. Pretty awesome. So here we go. So the Mustang RTR ready to rock, and Von Gint Jr., he's in the building cheering on his boys, talking about James the Machine Deane and Ben Hobson. So let's see Diego Higa out front, the Brazilian pilot. I know he's got a ton of fans. Definitely a talented driver, and like I said, I just feel like maybe the year off he got to really formulate a plan of attack on how he can attack the competition here at Formula Drift, build his car, get it prepped. He just seems very zen-like compared to previous years. All right, the lights extinguish, and away he goes. Here goes Higa. He's out front. James Deane, look at the posturing, just straight to it with Diego. transitioning in front of him. James Deane, very uncharacteristic, doesn't get all the way out to that third outside zone, going into the fifth. Good proximity by James Deane, but look at the car grip up. James Deane, major mistake. James Deane cuts the line very short. What happened to James on the third and the two final outside zones? Very uncharacteristic of, that was not machine-esque. I feel like that's something Ryan Sage would say, machine-esque.
Yeah, real interesting here. Right off the rip, I mean, Higa's throwing a ton of angle. That's like a 90-degree. Now he misses that inside zone, but Higa's definitely not running at full speed, and James is having to back off a lot. But look at, Higa's like really trying to hang things out. He's kind of, yeah, he's just throwing a ton of angle, and really just James couldn't match the angle through a lot of it, and it forces him to fall back a bit. It's an interesting tactic, whether it's a tactic or not, but what Higa was basically doing was trying to out-angle James Deane in order to beat him. I mean, you're not going to outrun him, right? There's no way you're outrunning that horse. But to try and out-angle him at a lot of zones, as long as Higa's keeping the momentum through the run, and as long as he's making it a run that's not unchaseable, it's fine. So the question is, the mistakes that James had in the chase, does that, you know, how does that amount to what happened with Higa in the chase? So that's what the judges are going to be looking at. They're also going to be looking at the lead runs, right? Look at how much lock Higa's got in I mean, 1 and 5 in particular. He is completely on the lock stops. It's interesting. It's a very interesting tactic.
Well, I mean, as far as tactic goes, I think it's just, that was unlike James. I felt like he was fighting the car. The car was straightening out here and there. And look at this, the 5-time and defending champion is taken down in the 16. Diego Higa is back. And James Deane is knocked out. That is a huge open door for the rest of the competition. Diego Higa did what not many have done just historically in the past.
If you listen closely, you can hear all of Brazil erupting right now.
Right. Wow.
The spotter's up here. I mean, there's, yeah, Higa's spotter is the happiest man I've seen all day. Wow.
Wow. Hey, Lorette, down to you.
Diego just took a deep breath. Diego, do you just understand what you just accomplished?
This is a dream for me. This is a real dream. I'm super happy, super happy.
And the emotions right now.
Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy, real. And the first time in top 8 in my FD life. And this is nice. And with Deane, oh my God, I'm super excited.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
First time FD grade 8, and to take down James the Machine Deane. You could just, I mean, you could just see the tears, man. Awesome. Here we go again. Now we are looking at Ryan Tuerck and Brandon Sorensen. Ryan Tuerck, he's been on it. Brandon Sorensen has been very aggressive. I feel like he's been at 11. He might need to dial it down, but not against Tuerck. As Tuerck backs in that bumper. Look at that. Chef's kiss, not once, but twice on the wall. A hard hit to outside zone 5. He tries to fight back. A big hit to that outside zone 5. He nailed 3 and 4 in that chute under the bridge. I mean, he went very deep into 3, but you got to think about the tolerance of his bumper to tire ratio is the smallest of any driver, and those walls are unforgiving. He almost bashed in on outside zone 4, the tire, and then pushes hard into 5. It straightens out the car, and fortunately he fought it back because, again, we know how unforgiving the streets of Long Beach are.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse, and thankfully Tuerck had the wherewithal to be able to pull out on that one. But let's take a look at it again. Tuerck off the line, looks really good. Snaps into initiation real quick, inside cliff, or inside zone, looking really good. And then Tuerck adding a little bit more angle, going for that party flare at the walls. And right here, you can see it. He tries to add some angle at the last minute, but it's just a bit too late. Now, Brandon
had a mistake, it seemed like, independently as well.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Sorry, dude.
No,
I was just like, I didn't even watch that.
I know. I was trying to keep up with the two. So let's take a look at Brandon on this one. I'm wondering if he bailed out because he knew Tuerck. Now,
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, we talked about precedent. There's been incidents previous where a lead car has led a chase car into an unfavorable position. If I remember correctly, I was Michael Essa in Irwindale numerous years ago where this happened as well. So we might have to see how this plays out. Now, that being said, the rulebook has been massively updated since then, but it's not something that has never happened before. Sorry for the double negative. But yeah, wow.
Yeah, and like you said, leading him into the wall, it didn't seem like the case. I mean, but again, this is where, like you said, the rule book comes into play. What's going on? They were quite a bit of distance, and this is, you know, Brandon from qualifying to today. I feel like Brandon has been pushing harder and harder from yesterday to today.
Yeah, I agree, and that's typical Brandon driving.
And the bumper obviously speaks volumes to that, as a testimonial to that.
Yeah. I mean,
or the lack
left?
thereof.
Yeah. What's left of the rear end of that car?
I mean, look at his trunk is throwing gang signs back there. Like it is just absolutely all over the place.
Just an arrow catch.
Yeah, active arrow, dude. I mean.
But look at this.
I mean, he has United States Air Force. He's ready to take flight.
Yeah. He's. Oh man, that's crazy. It's just crazy where we're at.
So, yeah, Brandon had really great words to say earlier with Lorette Nickel, and here we are. Brandon Sorensen will lead. Ryan Tuerck giving chase, and even with the bashing of both the vehicles, they are back to the line. Let's take a look at the stats here. 21 years old, 42 years old. Ryan Tuerck, just happy birthday to him yesterday. So happy birthday to Ryan Tuerck, the Rockstar driver. And you can see the head-to-head data. Ryan Tuerck is undefeated. This would be a major victory for Brandon, taking down, again, this legend of the sport, Ryan Tuerck, announcing this is his final full Formula Drift season here in 2026. So a bit of a farewell tour, 8 stops, so find yourself at one of them if you're a big Tuerck fan. Get there some way, somehow. Brandon Sorensen, United States Air Force, BMW out front, throws it in, and now into the outside zone 3. Gets all the way out there. Ryan Tuerck, he knows he needs to apply the pressure, maybe force an issue as Brandon definitely shallows up on 5 going into those last 2. Brandon, well done. Tuerck a little wide around that final inside zone.
Yeah, Brandon did exactly what he needed to do on that run, which was a solid run, not super safe, but not overly aggressive. You kind of, at this point, knowing that Brandon had an issue, he kind of wants to just give it to the judges and be like, I'm just going to play this one safe and let you guys, you know, more or less figure out what's going to happen from here. It's not an advantageous position, but it's a position that he's been dealt right now. It's a great run from Brandon and Tuerck. I mean, he's fallen back a fair bit. I'm not sure, but like it feels like Tuerck's car is just not finding the grip that maybe he hoped for. You can see him sliding wide at 7, obviously sliding really deep into 5, even out into 4. There's some spots, like if you watch Tuerck here, he gets the transition done and then the car just floats away from him. He's trying to get back into the pocket with Brandon, but it's just floating away. So to me, Tuerck is expecting that car to grab and it's just not doing it for him.
Yeah, this is, I mean, they both kind of, whoever loses took themselves out of this scenario.
Yeah,
that's just where it's at. They took themselves out. It wasn't one driver outdrove the other. It's kind of who had the bigger mistakes in this scenario, because they both weren't ideal leads and or chases. You know what I mean? So this is it. So let's take a look at some of our race data labs, our zone data coming in and analyzing some areas. Taking a look at it again here, utilizing the race data labs universal drift scoring method, so you can see the zones.
Yeah, and I mean Ryan Tuerck obviously missing out on those last 2. That's going to be a big hit. I mean, angle-wise, Brandon doing a bit better of a job, but Tuerck does a better job on the mimic side of things. Now you got to remember, obviously there's a big hit in there, so that data needs to have a nice little asterisk next to it, but we're not definitive on that data here in head-to-head competition. It is still up to our human judges.
It feels like it's a video game where it's like, okay, your super move, you power, you're this, you're that. So like, here's things of the needle moving over to figure out, you know, who comes out on top. All right, do we have a verdict? Do we have a victor who's moving on to the Grade 8? And slide him left or slide him right one more time, and one more time. They're going at it again. And that is a collective, and like I said, both of them just really tighten it up.
Yeah.
Tighten it up, man. Put a bow on it. And I think both of them, honestly, breathe a little sigh of relief. I think that's, regardless what team you're on, they're like, whew, kind of dodged a bullet there, because I know I got more sauce in me. So, all right, when we come back, we'll continue the action here at round 1 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship, the streets of Long Beach. Who's going to come out on top? This is round 1 of 8, and it all begins here in Long Beach, Strong Beach. Down to get the friction on. Yes, sir.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving away a Maserati Thursdays in October. Play all month long for a chance to take home an elegant and powerful Italian sports car. Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. You in?
Looking for a college where you can learn by doing? The University of Northwestern Ohio puts the wrench in your hand and your future in motion.
I would recommend UNOH to anybody who wants to excel in this industry.
With industry connections, cutting-edge equipment, and programs in automotive, diesel, high performance, robotics, and more, this is education that works.
You will come to this school and you will leave 10 times what you were when you came here.
Apply now at unoh.edu.
Get out there and have fun. Because you've got Meguiar's. And we've got your back. From wash, to paint care, to maintenance and more, Meguiar's has your hybrid ceramic solution for every adventure. Meguiar's, reflect your passion.
Need parts fast? O'Reilly Auto Parts is fast. Need them now? We got now. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. We're O'Reilly Fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back from break. Now, if you're just joining us, top 16. And unfortunately, this man that I'm standing next to, his day is complete. James, what happened there?
Yeah, so I was feeling quite comfortable going into top 16, and we're battling Higa. I was feeling really good in the lead position. I knew that he made a mistake behind me talking to my spotter, and when it was my turn to chase, I just felt like he didn't give us the best lead run, and he caught us out a little bit coming to outer 3, where he was slower than I anticipated, and I kind of got stuck on the inside, and from there it was kind of all downhill. So I made a few mistakes, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? These things happen. Definitely not the way I wanted to start the season, but at the same time we still had an amazing weekend, debuting the new O'Reilly Pennzoil Ford Racing Mustang, and thank you to everyone that supports me. I'm disappointed in myself, but I'm not too upset. You know, we've had a great run the last couple of years, and I just want to enjoy every moment of drifting. And, you know, sometimes you make a mistake, makes you more hungry, you come back stronger. So looking forward to round 2 already, and wishing my teammate Ben Hobson the best, and it's definitely my time to support him on the podium.
Some great words from our 5-time champ as the top 16 moves on.
Such grace there and great words there, admitting fault and admitting, hey, look, he is human. You know, just showing you that, hey, you know, it's now he's saying it's Hobson's time to shine. I like what Ben said. He's like, we'll give it to you this time, James, in qualifying. Here we go. Connor Shanahan and Simon Olsen. Shanahan just got a little turn and burn there against Gushi, taking him out after that final battle. And again, Ireland versus Norway, getting deep, both of them. Shanahan hung it out really nicely. Simon adapting really well. Shanahan smooching that outside zone 5, and now into those last zones, diving in. No real standout, but great placement by both the drivers. So really well executed by both of them. Nothing like wildly sensational and wildly kind of mistaken.
Yeah, it's one of those no-note situations. It's just solid. It's just solid drifting. I mean, good proximity all the way through. Good line for everybody. Both drivers doing exactly what they need to do. It is. I mean, it's we're so jaded now by incredible driving that a run like this 5 years ago, everybody be losing their minds. But this is just day-to-day drifting now for FD in 2026. Yeah, Connor's just he's got this lead line completely dialed. And for Simon, his chase game has stepped up so much. He's not making very large adjustments, right? He's not jarring back and forth. Maybe a slight bit too late on that transition, but all of his adjustments are very small, they're minute, but at the end of the day, it still gets him closer. So he's doing exactly what he needs to do. We're gonna swap things around and get them going again, and now it's Simon's time to shine in the fresh air. So yeah, real interesting. The behind the scenes up here is that Simon's old spotter Mats is now Connor's spotter, so he might be one of the most stressed guys up in this building, and I'm sure he's a little bit divided. But yeah, everybody up here is friends, especially between the Shanahan group and Simon's group. So it's very friendly up here, but there'll be some smack talk once this is all done.
Oh yeah, I mean, and again, like coming in, you know, seeing everybody at Type S Night Lights presented by Pennzoil, everybody's like, yeah. Now it's like, oh, it's on, baby, it's on. Simon Olsen throws it in, that beautiful looking Supra into that third outside zone. Very smooth. I love that. Just look at that, minimal to no corrections, and Shanahan right in that smoky pocket. Yes, sir, don't burn your mouth, because that is a hot pocket there. As Shanahan gets nuzzled up like a teddy bear under the armpit of Simon Olsen. Who's gonna go to sleep? Read me a story, Daddy.
Oh man, I mean, well, let me tell you about a Norwegian and an Irishman who came to Long Beach. And this is a great story for sure. Simon very confident now. They have unlocked this car. They've unlocked his confidence. This is very close to what he was like back in the Bakchis camp, and his driving is just incredible. Look, I mean, he's on the left foot brake, but he's not jarring the car around. There's not big pivots. He's using it like a proper tool. He's not using it like a hammer. But Connor Shanahan cannot be shook at any point. He's there. He's in the pocket. He's got great proximity. It's going to be a tough call for the judges, and both these drivers did such an exceptional job.
Yep, and do we have a verdict? Shanahan or Olsen, Ireland or Norway? Remember, we have the one more time. Okay, Connor gets 2 votes, and Shanahan gets the victory. Shanahan will move on and go against Higa in the Great 8. Congratulations to Connor Shanahan for getting the victory and taking out, again, a very smooth Simon Olsen. That was definitely splitting hairs. 2 very good, tidy runs. Like we said, no notes, just good, solid driving.
Yeah, that's one of those when you get off the track, he's like, man, that was such a sick run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good battle, dab him up. Hey.
Higa and Shanahan, though.
Ooh.
That's a stack up. I mean,
86s, man.
Yeah, and
Toyotas.
Connor's going to want to get some revenge for his fellow countrymen, that's for sure.
Yeah, all right, here we go. The Rockstar Energy Drink driver. Talking about Ryan Tuerck behind the wheel of his Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla. He's got snap-on tools working on that thing. Hopefully they threw some snap-on tools on it there before he went back out here for the one more time against Brandon high-flying Sorensen. Sorensen, here we go. As Ryan Tuerck initiates into the judge's view. There he goes, keeps it off the wall, very close. Nice assist, steering way clear of it. I mean, about a foot, no problem. Oh, look at Brandon, dives in on the inside. That was sick, though. That was absolutely on it. That was what I was seeing earlier from Brandon in qualifying going into today, but just, again, dialing it back. Both of them kind of turned it down to about 9.
Yeah, and it looks really, really good on him. There's not going to be much left of Sorensen's car by the time we're done. I was watching bits and bobs flying off at every point. I think right after here you see something flying. There's some contact, though. Brandon Sorensen actually nudges Ryan Tuerck a little bit deeper into outside zone 5. A little bit of, hey, I want this to be heads up. This is where you need to go. Man,
that was bonkers.
That was bonkers.
That could have gone south real quick.
Yeah, and good on both of them for not flopping and just staying in it, putting the go pedal down, and just a heads up driver's battle. You can see parts of Sorensen's car flying off in the background. Even through here, watch, it looks like someone flies up at the camera at one point. There we go. Flings off into the distance.
The splitter, it looked like that front left just hit Ryan Tuerck on the transition. There we go. That's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's the dab we're talking about. Looks like Predator the movie right there. Oh, they got you pushing pencils. Yeah. All right, so as Simon Olsen and Shanahan congratulate each other, or more so Simon congratulating Connor, we'll see how this fares. Brandon saw the contact, looked like a splitter, that front left on that transition going into the second to last and the last clipping zones. It was really well done by Brandon. I think he I don't know, man. Ryan's got to have a really solid chase here. And Brandon needs a good lead run, and we saw Ryan dial it back in a good way, not tapping the wall with that very minute bumper to affect the attitude of the car and affect his line. It kept him very clinical once again. So Brandon now will have the clean air. Again, bashed, banged up, and bruised that BMW, but he will lead, and Ryan Tuerck will give chase.
I mean, he's pushing harder, and Tuerck has dialed it back, so this next run could be something very interesting.
All right, clear to send. Here comes Brandon Sorensen, the United States Air Force BMW. Ryan Tuerck. You can see, look at, just the body parts are, like you said, just all over the place. Brandon gets out to outside zone 3. Tuerck, you can see him give himself a little bit of room there. Brandon Sorensen comes in hot to those final 2 zones. And there goes Tuerck dropping into formation. Like I said, Brandon, his driving just, if I'm Ryan, I'm like, dude, he's on the edge of looping. He's on the edge of just like getting to that wall. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, he's driving it like not a rental, like a demolition derby car.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon, it's at this point, you know the team can fix it. Ooh, there's a bit of contact there too. Ryan Tuerck looked like he might have front wheel on front wheel with Brandon. Didn't catch that on the first run. But yeah, this is scrappy. This is a fun battle between these two, and whoever Brandon's body repairman is, he deserves a raise after this round. This is gonna be a tough go for both the judges. We get our side by side here. You can see, I mean, it's pretty back and forth when it comes to these zones. Maybe a bit of an advantage, Brandon, especially when it comes to the zones. Man, the mimic and proximity is pretty close, although, yeah, Tuerck's a bit down on that. I mean, the stats are telling a story, that's for sure. It's, it's just wild. Just wild.
And, man, yeah, look at, I mean, carbon fiber, fiberglass all over. I mean, the K&N filter. Look at Brandon hyping himself up, and rightfully so. Some great driving by Brandon Sorensen. Ryan Tuerck bears repeating, him announcing this is his last official full-time Formula Drift season. There's 1 vote for Brandon, 2 votes for Brandon, and Brandon Sorensen gets the victory over Ryan Tuerck. A one more time battle has now turned the way of Brandon Sorensen. Ryan, that was definitely a great battle there, but Brandon just a little more aggressive. I got to tell you, his chase run was spectacular.
Yeah.
I mean, he was so close to him. The transitions going into 5 and then the final 2, that was a veteran move. Just caught a little bit of shrapnel, but overall that was really well done.
Yeah, and that's the way he likes to battle. He wants it to be scrappy. He wants to be gloves off. But yeah, we move on to the rookie versus the veteran here.
Yep.
Cole Richards, Ryan Litteral. I'm very, very excited for this one. This is a tough hill for Cole to climb, but he's going to start off in the lead position.
Well, Cole Richards versus Colton Zone. Talking about Ryan Litteral from the Inland Empire. Here we go, Cole Richards. Welcome to Formula Drift Pro, making the jump from prospect to pro. Yeah, absolutely in synchronicity there. Coming into that third outside zone. Litteral, you saw a correction. Whoa. As Cole comes up shallow now. Cole Richards into that outside zone 5. Look at Litteral. I feel he's like, yo, what up, homeboy? I'm right here. I ain't going nowhere. I'm in your dreams.
Freddy Krueger.
Right?
Yeah, that was
aggressive.
That was very, very aggressive from both. And this replay is going to tell us a lot here. So Cole off the initiation looks good. And man, the mimicry there from Litteral looks great. But he's got to basically back out for a minute. And then Cole catches the wall, but transitions a bit early. And he isn't able to extend all the way out to 4. 5 looks great. And there's where Ryan Litteral really wants to put the punctuation on this run. So, I mean, to me, they both had mistakes early in the run, but they both cleaned it up by the end of the run. It will come down to this second one. There's nothing really definitive here. Cole having just a little bit of a rookie mistake, not pushing the car all the way out to 4. But yeah, Litteral, I love how aggressive he is. This is the Ryan Litteral I remember. Yeah, I mean, if you go back to his Pro 2 days, he was one of the most aggressive drivers that was on grid. He was feared by a lot of guys because he would just mess your door up the whole way around.
Yeah, he would just bang away and just bang-a-rang and bang away. Here is the second half of this battle. Now, Ryan Litteral will lead, Cole Richards giving chase. And this is where a real veteran will show as we are about to scratch and sniff our way into outside zone 3. Let's see if he scratches or sniffs. Outside zone 4. Look at the transition by Litteral. But Cole's right there. Cole Richards, he's got good proximity. Now let's see how he dives in and transitions. See, that's that right there. That takes time.
Yeah.
That transition coming off of this blazing sweeping outside zone 5 and then to quickly transition and drop into formation or the pocket, very difficult move. And Cole Richards saw that up close and personal, so let's take a look at it again.
Yeah, and the other factor is Cole's probably never dealt with the amount of smoke that Ryan Litteral is putting off. Even in prospect, you're not going to get this much blindness through a lot of the run, but Ryan Litteral also has an issue through 4 where he just over-rotates. He isn't able to push the car all the way out to 5. Cole does a pretty good job of adapting and then gets lost in the smoke a little bit before 6. And then coming through that inside clip, it gets center punch pretty hard. So there's both drivers have some work to do. Yeah, Litteral really punches that zone. And I think this lead is going to come back to haunt him a bit. I like how aggressive Cole is, actually pushing Litteral pretty wide, but then gets completely buried in the smoke. And yeah, has to cut a lot of line to come through. So that's one of the biggest parts that people forget about. Once you get into pro, you're dealing with a level of smoke you've never had to deal with before.
There's Brandon Sorensen's team, and hopefully it's just cosmetic, but it looks like they're strapping the headlights back on. But look at those bash bars. All right, let's go to the judges. Slide them left for Cole Richards or right for Ryan Litteral, and Cole Richards gets the victory.
Wow.
Over Ryan Litteral. So look at that. Cole Richards gets the win and advances on. So again, as dynamic. All right. You know what? We'll take a short break, but here is how our Great 8 is shaping up. We're halfway through our O'Reilly Auto Parts Top 16. Talking about Brazilian Zone, Diego Higa, Connor Shanahan, and then Brandon Sorensen versus Cole Richards. When we come back, don't go anywhere. The Top 16 continues here on the streets of Long Beach.
At the limit, performance tells the truth. From the drift track to off-road to the open road, Kenda engineers its tires where failure is not an option. Vesda Performance, Cleaver All-Terrain. one engineering standard, professional grade. From the podium to the pavement. Kenda. Find your retailer at kendatire.com.
それは国境を越えて時代やメーカーを超えて趣味嗜好すらも超えて車を愛する人たちをつなぐものつなぐ感情レース
When you're working on cars, there's a lot of things that can get you. A lot of little reminders from over the years. Fast Orange antibacterial kills 99% of germs that cause infection, and it has the strongest grease fighting formula in the Fast Orange lineup. This is our go-to at the shop. Citrus power, antibacterial protection, and grease fighter in one bottle. Fast Orange antibacterial hand cleaner.
Vibe and live loud. This is what we are.
Well, hello everyone and welcome back. Top 16 here at Formula Drift in Long Beach. And this man right here, Brandon Sorensen, had quite an eventful run against Ryan Tuerck. Take us through it.
Yeah, I mean, an eventful run is probably undercutting it a little bit. Yeah. But I will have to say that was the most fun that I've ever had on a track at Formula Drift ever. You know, I definitely dished it out to him, and he took it like a champ. And on my lead run, I was 100% waiting and expecting for him to give it back to me, but he didn't. And I'm sure that's time to come for another, you know. But we made it to the top 8, and we're here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I saw you jump out of the car and look at the damage in the back. Were you surprised?
Yeah, we had that pretty big wall hit in the first run right before our one more time. And I seen Ryan, his trajectory was headed straight towards the wall. And I already knew all I could see was smoke, and I saw his car bobble, so I just rotated it as much as I could. Got the back of the car to take basically the entire hit, so the suspension stayed completely square. And, you know, went back out onto the next.
Well, Brandon Sorensen making big moves, guys.
All right, Lorette, thank you, and congratulations to Brandon Sorensen. We will see him going against Cole Richards in the Great 8. So, I mean, look at this. Tuerck out, James Deane out, some of the, you know, legends and giants of the sport, just with this, you know, again, a different generation of drivers. As we move on, Jack Shanahan and Jeff Jones. Jack Shanahan in the BMW, that PSR. BMW comes into that third outside zone. Digging it, baby. Yeah. Well done. As Jeff Jones dives in the inside. He's got the proximity. There he goes. You saw him drop in, put that back end parallel with the BMW. Jones, well done. You saw him drop in, and again, you could see Jeff has that power. He said he made some changes from last season to this, and it's apparent.
Yeah, Jeff looks like a new driver in a new car. He's so much more confident in the way that he's driving. And look at Jack Shanahan, though, out front, throwing a little bit more angle on to get out to the wall, comes up just a hair short on 4, but absolutely buries it in 5. And there's Jeff just throwing it to the door. Jack Shanahan, he's tapping, he's knocking, he wants in the whole time. Yeah, Jeff's chase game looks so much better. Just it's putting it together. Everybody that's come out so far has looked very stable. I don't know what's changed this offseason, but normally you see some hesitation, and we're just not seeing that.
I think he's at peace, like doing Hot Pit Auto Fest, giving back to the drift community, doing his own events, driving like he's having fun, but I feel like with his growth as a driver and an organizer, all these things contribute to his professionalism, his stature, just his overall being just feels more refined.
Yeah.
Not that he wasn't immature or unprofessional, it's just evolved everything, all the components of his life.
Maybe when you're not stressed about competition is when you drive the best.
Right.
You're just like, hey, I'm here. I'm in the show. I got all these things going on. I'm just going to go out and bang doors with my friends, and that's what he's doing. And I mean, it's making Jeff look like a fantastic driver for sure.
Yeah, don't sweat the small stuff. Then the big stuff's smaller, and however perspective is working out seems to be working out. But right now, all he's got in front of him is clean air, 7 clipping zones, and an opportunity to take down an Irish giant in Jack Shanahan. And again, Jack, almost our number 1 qualifier. He was top 5 on Friday yesterday, and it looks like he is going to be shedding some weight out back, that bumper, but he will be chasing, so it won't be an issue, but just want to make sure it's either affixed or take it off regardless. As Jeff Jones, Big Drift Energy, Hot Pit Auto Fest, Nissan 370Z, his lovely wife Christina cheering him on. And we are ready to see who is coming out on top. The second half of our O'Reilly Auto Parts top 16. Lights on either side of the gantry, and once they extinguish, we are good to go. And away they go. Going through the chicane to make sure they got good proximity. Into that first outside zone, there it is. And then inside zone, outside zone 3, all the way to the wall, outside zone 4 under the bridge. Jeff Jones ticks the boxes. Outside zone 5, look at that. Dragging bumper. And then into zone 6 and 7. I see the process. The smoke is coming out of your ears, not just on track there, Jacob.
I'm contemplating this run. I mean, there's nothing. Listen, there's nothing bad. I love it. I'm just immediately going down, like breaking zone by zone. Who did what? Who did better? And it's really, really tough. Yep. Jeff Jones looks great on initiation. Looks great to the first inside zone. Second, everything is looking really, really good on Jeff Jones. Now, through 5, I was worried. I thought he was going to absolutely bin it in the wall. He does come up a little bit short through 6 and through zone 7. So I'm like, okay, how do I weigh this out? Where is it going to be won and lost throughout this whole battle? And off the top of my head, I got nothing. I think both their chases were very, very comparable. Maybe Jeff had a little bit closer here and there on his chase, but I would say Jack's lead is a little bit better. It's tough. It's really, really tough. Both drivers just have like the smallest little bits to clean up to be perfect, but they're very close.
How we doing out there at Long Beach? Make some noise for all of our drivers. Let them know. Let them hear you around the world. O'Reilly Auto Parts top 16, Jones or Shanahan. Looks like Jack Shanahan gets 1 vote, 2 votes, and 3 votes. Jack Shanahan gets the victory over Jeff Jones. There's Jeff. Look at that. Congratulate him here on that right-hand drive BMW. So Jack gets the win and advances on. So Shanahan, we are more than halfway through our top 16. Remember, Jack Shanahan won here the final round, LB2, last year here in October. And again, hopefully everybody joins us either online or in the building. Ben Hobson, Odie Bakchis, Ben Hobson. He is on a tear. It's so great to see everything click and really coagulate, come together for him. Mind, body, spirit, and here it is. Hobson will lead definitely a competitor in the championship, has been a bridesmaid, never a bride, second place multiple times in the championship, and he wants to get it done. He's changed chassis, like you said, Genesis. He was in S chassis over the years, and now here he is in a Subaru BRZ. And Ben Hobson, very familiar, very intimate with the Ford Mustang, and like you said, a testimonial to the RTR Mustangs. They need some, some getting used to, but once you harness that Bucking Bronco or the Ford Mustang, it's still a Ford product, you know you got a pony. And the racehorse is off. Ben Hobson transitions under the bridge. Look at Odie Bakchis. He goes a little bit deeper. Hobson, great angle. You can see the posture, the poise of Ben Hobson. That Pennzoil Mustang RTR knocks over that last inside zone. That'll hurt him, but not absolutely be detrimental. So, again, watch Odie in the chase. He's even more aggressive.
Yeah, Odie's really taking it to Ben throughout this entire run. I like how aggressive Ben is throughout this whole thing. Can see that left foot brake dragging. But look, I think there was a bit of contact there on transition. I think Odie got caught up a little bit on the rear end of Ben Hobson's car and may have held Ben up in transition. So, I mean, Odie wants to be aggressive. Ben is going to be fast. We might be able to see it here. And let's take a look. Does Odie hold up Ben through transition? Oh, it's close. It is real close. So this is where we get some interesting information. We might be able to go back. I don't want to come to anything definitive on the first run. It may come back on the second one, but off first glance, it does look like there was a little bit of contact. Now, it may have been minimal, it may have just been body parts, but there's definitely them very close to each other. Let's see here.
Splitting some Hobson hairs.
Yeah, it's going to be... Oh, there is. And look, there's a pause in rotation from Ben. He's still on throttle. His wheels want to go that way. I think that is just like front back
just
bar.
a little impeding, just a little ribbing.
Impeding. Just like the guy that steps out a little too far in the grocery market, you got to go around him. That's all it was.
Catch his heel.
Yeah.
At Disneyland and the stroller catches the back of the heel. Oh, dude, you're bummed. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Oh, dude, that's like...
I know.
It's like stubbing your toe.
Flat tire. You just step on the back of the heel.
Stub your little toe on your like your bed frame.
And the little delay.
Bro.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, it's like paper cuts. Here we go. Odie Bakchis out front. Ben Hobson in chase position. Odie Bakchis, field suspension, BRZ. Tapping the wall. Ben Hobson gets thrown off quite a bit. Now going to that fifth outside zone. Ben Hobson loops it.
Oh, no.
That's going to be huge. Got lost in the spot. Dude. How is Odie's BRZ the smokiest dang thing out there? Man, those GT radials pumping smoke out there, looking like Halloween right now. Spooky nights, black and orange, looking like Halloween, man. Wow.
Yeah,
Ben
nasty.
Hobson came out of shape from 5 to 6.
Yeah, I want to see where this all went down, because we're getting lost in the smoke in a lot of these with some crazy scenarios. Odie looking very stable. Ben now hunting him down. Yeah. I think Ben might have caught just a little bit of wall there, and that might have been what shook him up, and then he tries to go out of 5, and he's overshooting at that point. So one of those series of unfortunate events for Ben Hobson. We'll take another look here. So Odie's looking good through that zone. Everything looks good there. Does Ben catch the wall? No, but he transitions a bit too early, it seems. And then while trying to pick up the speed, you can see his hands, those white gloves, big indicator of what he's doing behind the wheel. And he tries to correct it out, but I mean, those cars have an absurd amount of angle, but not enough to catch it.
Moving along. Pretty sure this is, we saw the contact. Like you said, you're pointing out just that granular mistake of Odie tapping, but Ben Hobson making a major mistake, and there it is. Great effort by Hobson, but just looping it there in the chase position. Hobson, I feel like, got a little lost in the smoke, especially going from 3 to 4, and Odie Bakchis gets the win. Odie Bakchis advances on into the Grade 8. It'll be Jack Shanahan versus Bakchis. What are you guys taking a look at the Pass Mag fan guide?
I think he's showing him who Odie Bakchis is.
Yeah, that's Odie right there.
Yeah, he's like, that guy right there, that's who just won.
That's that guy, that's him. Here we go, Forsberg versus Hughes. These guys have had a lot of fun over the years, and now this is bragging rights at Pike Bar. Or better yet, we can go on down to Steady Brewing, located at 2950 Clark Avenue, the official brewery of Formula Drift Long Beach for the post-event meet or party. Ticket holders get 25% off. So head on down to Steady Brewing. Here we go. Chris Forsberg will lead the Destin Industries Nissan Z, and Dylan Hughes, that 2J BMW. Forsberg, woo, drags that bumper, throws it in, transitions into outside zone 4 into the bridge. Dylan Hughes, looks like Forsberg comes up a little bit short. Dylan Hughes does keep his composure, and now Forsberg brings around that final outside zone, shoots it over with the DA wreath flying. Got some dope Drift Alliance gear. It's back, baby. Drift Alliance.
Let's bring it back.
It's always been there, but just kind of a lull. But now it's back.
And so is Chris Forsberg on this lead run. First couple of zones are looking good, going a little bit wide. I do think the track conditions are changing just a bit, and you can see Chris catching the wall there. Dylan does a good job of adapting and having to fall back, but Chris not able to make it all the way out to 5. But through 6, the transition looks good as he comes around the cone at 7. And there's Dylan Hughes once again, trying to put that big punctuation point at the end of the run, making sure the judges know he was close all the way through. And we are getting real close through there. So yeah, it looked like Chris Forsberg did catch the wall. Dylan might have made just a little rubbing contact, nothing crazy, just a little swapping of paint. Dylan trying to put a little purple on the side of the white, and yeah, they get through the rest of the run. Rubbin's racing.
The fans wait for bated breath. How we doing out there in Long Beach? Let everybody know you're having a good time across the globe. A packed house here. Seeing fans of all ages join us here at round 1. Who's coming back to round 8? Who's coming to round 8, the finals? Should be each and every one of you. Yeah. October. Join us to find out who will be our 2026 champion right here. Same location, different layout, different track. We did it last year, we're gonna do it again, LB2. Speaking of 2, run number 2 between Dylan Hughes and Chris Forsberg. Dylan Hughes leading that Royal Purple O'Reilly Auto Parts GT Radial BMW. Christopher Forsberg, the Destin Industries all-new Z. Transitioning under the bridge, goes Dylan Hughes. Forsberg taking a tighter line. Dylan, massive angle there, that allows Forsberg to tuck in. Forsberg with good proximity transitioning now. Let's see if he dives in on the inside, and he does. Almost some contact there around that final inside zone.
Yeah, Chris would have known that Dylan made a bit of contact on his chase run, and I think he was just trying to give it back. I mean, they go back, you know, they go back for a long time. I mean, Dylan worked on Chris's team for a bit, so they're very, very friendly with each other and driven with each other a ton. But yeah, Dylan really hanging things out. I love the way that he's getting through all these zones and how stable he is through a lot of it. And then coming through out towards 5, you can see Dylan having to extend that drift. He is fighting to get that car to extend all the way out, but I would say he was able to fill it a little bit better than Forsberg did, but Chris is all over his door all the way through, and Chris's chase is just a bit cleaner. You know, he's not banging into it. He's not making a ton of contact. He's doing a real good job of making sure that he's in the pocket without overcommitting at any point in time. So good job there from Chris. Very veteran driving, not overcommitting and putting himself in danger, but also making sure that he's in the conversation the whole way through.
You can see the Wally Mohawk, the digital Mohawk on top of the cars. That is how the vehicles are being tracked, utilizing the Race Data Labs Universal Drift Scoring Method, the UDSM, being utilized in qualifying, as well as giving us some data for the runs for the judges to utilize as well, and maybe some of the questions could be answered in regards to the telemetry and the attitude of the vehicles, giving you actual numbers. So here we go, slide him left for Forsberg, right forward. Dylan Hughes gets the win. Dylan Hughes gets the win unanimously over Chris the Force Forsberg and his Destin Industries all new Z. One more battle left in the top 16, but Lorette Nickel is with Jack Shanahan.
Jack, your team was just joking. The car's holding on together by a wish and a prayer and some duct tape and zip ties, but you looked incredible out there. Is the track behaving as you were expecting?
Yeah, so the car is not behaving exactly how we'd like to. We have an engine issue where basically the bores of the pistons are like not round anymore, and the piston is eating into the cylinder bore. So we've got a lot of aluminium filings in the oil and stuff, so we're just kind of hoping that our ACL bearings don't catch any of them and we keep everything rotating. But yeah, other than that, I'm pretty happy with how the car is like performing other than the engine. Everything is doing what it needs to do. Car seems pretty fast, it's very stable, and we seem to be doing what we're doing, which is great. So the track is a little bit more slippy than yesterday, so we're just trying to dial in a bit more grip. So I have to drop into tire pressures a small bit because I think we've OD next. So we're going to try find another bit of a prayer for Odie, I think, to be honest. So he looks like he's on form with that chassis, but I drive that car back home and I kind of know where I can push and where I can attack with the size of that car at least. So I'm feeling a bit confident going into it, but to be honest, at this point, win or lose this next battle, like, we're in a great place for the rest of the championship, because with how we were looking last night with the engine, I wasn't expecting to even make it past top 32, so we're in a good place.
Amazing story after taking 16 days to build this incredible car, guys.
And there it is. We are looking at the O'Reilly Auto Parts top 16. When we come back, our final battle of our O'Reilly Auto Parts top 16, the streets of Long Beach. We got Jack Shanahan, Odie Bakchis, Dylan Hughes, Cole Richards, Brandon Sorensen, Connor Shanahan, and Diego Higa. Don't go anywhere.
With a Canon Image ProGraph Pro 1100 professional photo printer, my images come alive in print. What I see through my lens is what you see on the wall. Vivid, detailed, and accurate.
BC Forged Wheels, custom built per order, offering extensive design, finish, and machining options. Strength, style, and precision come standard. Track proven, street ready. BC Forged, proud sponsor of Formula Drift 2026.
Something has awakened. The horsepower and torque you always knew was there, just waiting to make every drive thrilling. Track tested, off-road proven, performance for everything you drive. Drive better with K&N.
Through this lens, I catch details others might pass right by. Some might see a car. I see tuners taking care of what they love. The care poured into every engine. The trust in Pennzoil to keep it running strong. This moment, these drivers, the machine under this hood, that's what lasts.
Engine protection for the lifetime of your vehicle. Pennzoil. Long may we drive. Available at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Look at that, a beautiful day here in Southern California. That's the City of Angels right there, baby, all the way off in the distance. There it is, downtown LA, where the Doyers, the Clippers, the Lakers, the Rams, all of them are playing down there. So, hey, vote now. Vote now on Formula Drift Fantasy. Who's going to come out on top? Because we are knee-deep in our O'Reilly Auto Parts top 16. One more battle to find out who is in the Great 8. Who's going against Dylan Hughes in the Great 8? Will it be Hiroya Minowa or three-time champion Frederick the Norwegian Hammer Aasbo? There is outside zone 3 and 4 playing a major role over many a years here on the streets of Long Beach. And there are the stats. Hiroya Minowa, look at that, 3-1. So you can see just in the short time of Hiroya Minowa coming to Formula Drift, look at the overall winning percentage, 72%.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, Frederick Aasbo, 76%, but he's been here multiple years, so it's staggering, the stats. Hiroya Minowa out front, and Juco Racing, Jerry Yang Racing, 86. Now comes underneath into that outside zone 3 and 4. Perfect execution, flawless. As you said, no notes, Jacob, into outside zone 5. Hiroya puts it and sticks it right there in that outside zone and then moving to the inside, but Freddie was right there.
Yeah, Freddie was.
That was like, he was just blending right in. It wasn't a major issue because he was just so steady Freddie in that chase position.
Steady Freddie, I like it. Hiro Minowa, he is collecting all the zones like it's an Easter egg hunt. He's got this completely dialed. Everything looks so smooth and effortless for him. Even that correction there, that was a correction. You could barely tell. That little touch of left foot brake to get the car to sink backwards, phenomenal. It's so well done. And he's able to make these adjustments before he even really needs to.
Yeah.
So it never looks like he's panicking. He sees the line he's on. He almost predicts it and is able to get the car to come back. And then here, I mean, with Frederick Aasbo, I mean, he's doing a phenomenal run of just staying in the pocket the entire time. He's got the proximity, he's got everything he needs to put this all together, and Minowa has given him such a great lead for him to be able to chase down. And now we swap it out, and I'm expecting big things out of Freddie, and like usual, I'm expecting Minowa to be there the whole time.
Let's see, Hiroya Minowa out front. Or excuse me, Frederick Aasbo out front now. Hiroya Minowa in the chase position. Freddie, you know, he notoriously, I remember Matt Field and him, that nose came across that Corvette and took him out. So the way he navigated properly against Hiroya, but watch now Minowa in that chase. There's Freddie tapping that back wing, goes to outside zone 4, brings it into 5, and this is where he's going to flex that muscle. Again, you have that that B52 motor that, again, that the Papadakis camp has absolutely developed, and then Hiroya with the VR motor. So, I mean, just the development and the progression is just insane of these vehicles.
Yeah, it's amazing that we have, you know, similar chassis in some regards, but still very different platforms, and we still get driving like this where they're this close the entire way through. So a quick little touch there to get Freddie all the way out, adds a touch more angle. Minowa, I mean, I was actually expecting him to be a little bit closer through a lot of it. It looks like he's kind of playing some catch up through a lot of the zones, especially when we get this top-down view. It really gives you an idea of exactly what's going on. So, I mean, Minowa's chase by almost any regard is a phenomenal chase, but to his high standards of driving, this may not be his best one.
Right.
Yeah, just normally he's all over the doors. His transitions are super fast, but in this one, it seems like he's just a little bit off pace. And yeah, Freddie's lead is super, super good.
All right, taking a look. So the stats right here on the right-hand side are their lead runs. That's percentage of filling those respective zones.
Yeah. The
7 zones there, so again, 2 of them being inner zones. So you can see the percentage, the numbers. You can see Frederick Aasbo in that outside zone 1, or inside zone 1. That's right before they come into the eyes of the judges. But you can see the numbers there. And, you know, the judges aren't beholden to that. That is just an aid to show you the proper line, as that is a criteria in qualifying, and then how it plays a role in there is, are they placing the car in the right place in order for the chase car to utilize that lead car's moving clipping point? And here we go. Frederick Aasbo gets the win, and Frederick Aasbo takes the win overall. And we are going to bring in one of our judges to converse with. And Frederick Aasbo, his team, high fives all around. He is the final driver of the Great 8. As Steady Freddie gets the win, he'll go against Dylan Hughes in the Great 8. There's Freddie, and you can see Hiroya Minowa. I'm sure they'll, Hiroya, again, not doing a full season this year. He's going to do some rally racing for Toyota across the globe, so excited for him to see, again, fly that Toyota Gazoo Racing flag. Diego Higa, Connor Shanahan, our first battle of our Great 8, but the 8 is shaped. Higa versus Shanahan, talking about Connor, Sorensen versus Richards, and look at that. Jack Shanahan versus Odie Bakchis, and Dylan Hughes versus Frederick Aasbo. Can the Shanahan brothers go against each other? Yes, they can, all the way in the finals. Hiroya Minowa congratulating Frederick Aasbo with a thumbs up there. And as we are now going to bring in Reese Marin. Hey, Reese, we haven't talked to you all day down there on the front line.
Hey, what's going on, J-Rob? So, yeah, when we were reviewing this battle here, we had two really good lead runs, but what really came down to it is that Aasbo was able to have better proximity and match angle better in the chase, and that overall was why Aasbo ended up getting the win. Now, going into outside zone 5, you can also see that Aasbo doesn't hit the wall, Minowa does, but you can see as we're going through here, Minowa's doing a good job, Aasbo is just doing a better job of getting in there, matching angle, matching that proximity, really getting there. You can see Minowa's trying to get his way in there, but Aasbo's just doing a better job of just keeping that proximity and matching that angle, and that's really what put it over there for him.
Thank you so much, Reese, for all this insight. And again, you guys have definitely been tasked and challenged for some of the judging today. And Race Data Labs, again, this is always a development and process. As technology has advanced, it's really great to see, hear, and get feedback. And again, we know that it's an aid as far as hearing head-to-head and in qualifying, you know, leaning into it 80% of the overall vote. We're just constantly developing it with Race Data Labs, so excited to see what they do. So let's go move on to our first battle of the Great 8. Diego Higa versus Connor Shanahan. This is definitely going to be a fun one, and Connor battered, bruised. Diego Higa, like I said, just seems like a Brazilian boxer right now. He is feeling the flow, and Connor Shanahan is as well. As Shanahan goes into that third outside zone, look at Shanahan. Diego tucks in. There it is, Shanahan and Higa now going to those final two zones. Look at the posturing of Shanahan. Diego surges forward, gets to the side of him.
Damn.
Almost having contact there.
Yeah, that was an expert level dive there from Higa right at the end of the run. I mean, it could have all went to shambles very, very quick for the young Brazilian, but he managed to pull it all together, and Connor Shanahan out front. This is, I feel like we could overlay his runs and you wouldn't be able to tell which battle it's from, because it's just the same thing over and over again. His repeatability is unlike anybody else today, and Higa does a good job. He doesn't get too aggressive. I mean, when you've got the same chassis, you get battles like this, which is phenomenal. But yeah, Higa gets on the throttle at the perfect moment to be able to sink back in that last outside zone. It's great drifting to watch, and as I've said before, it's phenomenal that we get to live in a time where this is the level of driving that we're getting to see, not even in the finals, you know, in the Grade 8. And yeah, kudos to both these young drivers. Man, the future is bright, to say the least.
All right, now let's change the order of operations. It'll be now, again, Higa and Shanahan, but Connor will now chase down Diego Higa. Let's see what we got for this Brazilian driver. The Pennzoil Grade 8, Pennzoil, the official motor oil of Formula Drift. A hush falls over the crowd. Make some noise, Long Beach! Yeah, there we go, getting you guys involved. Don't go anywhere. It's a beautiful day. We're gonna be going to Steady Brewing, so Steady Eddie, Steady Freddy, we might be there, cranking some brews, jamming some tunes. Diego Higa out front, Connor Shanahan chasing him down. Brazil versus Ireland, both in the 86 chassis. All the way out there goes Higa. Higa hanging it out into that fifth outside zone. Look at the proximity of Shanahan. Almost exceeding, but just finds him right in the pocket. Bravo, well done, well done by both drivers. Higa, like I said, he's not fighting the car. It's like the car is just, I mean, obviously he's steering it, but he's just one with the car. Previously, it looked like he was always fighting it.
He's in that flow state for sure. I mean, he's driving so well and so controlled all the way through. Connor does a great job through transitions. We know this. This is kind of what he's been known for. And look at the proximity coming out of 5. It looks so dialed in. But yeah, Higa, I mean, they're mirror images of each other's runs. I would say Higa maybe had a little bit more proximity through 7, but there was definitely a lot more for Connor Shanahan coming through 5. So this is just phenomenal. This entire event is just going so far and above any of my expectations, but holy, it really is just the icing on the cake.
I'm like a fat kid that loves cake, dude. It's oh so sweet. Might need to go to the dentist because, you know, got a cavity here because this is a nice treat. Happy birthday to Dwight Tanaka, VP of Grand Prix Long Beach Association. So, you know, why not celebrate in more ways than one?
Why not, right? Drivers out of the car here waiting on the judge's decision. This is not going to be an easy one. There's very minimal differences between these runs, and where they are very, very small.
Oh, and here we go. Slide him left, slide him right, and Connor Shanahan. Shanahan barely comes out on top. Again, it was not unanimous. You saw one more time. And C. Shanahan, Connor Shanahan gets the victory and is in the Final Four. So, like I said, that frown is definitely upside down. He is going ear to ear, but he's got 2 more stops. Also, consider this. No, Shanahan is 8th. So I'm not even going to get into the qualifying.
Oh, we're getting into the
not getting into the qualifying. It's way too premature. Because again, his brother qualified 2nd.
Right.
So yeah, but but Connor is the 2nd highest qualifying.
Right.
In everybody that's still alive.
You are correct, sir. Yeah, we'll get there.
We obviously will. We eventually will. We'll find out. And right now, it's Cole Richards versus Brandon Sorensen. I mean, look at these 2 young bucks. I mean, the age of both of them combined doesn't equate to my age.
Fair enough.
That's where we're at. So, and what rising stars? Cole Richards, welcome to Formula Drift Pro competition, going against Brandon Sorensen. Watch Brandon. I feel like he has nothing to lose. The car is banged up, but Cole Richards has everything to prove, and he's putting it down. The Richards Racing 86 all the way out to Zone 5. Brandon tucks in. We saw great execution earlier on that transition into those last and final zones. Bingo bongo, well done by Richards and Sorensen.
This is the point where we have to get into the nitty-gritty of the judging in order to even differentiate the 2 runs. Cole's doing such a great job. It's impressive. I can't think of a time where a rookie coming out of pro spec has come in and been this good. We've seen people come from overseas. We've seen drivers that have driven for a long time, but it's been a long time since someone has moved up and driven like this. But yeah, Cole's getting it done. I mean, he could have been maybe a foot deeper into Zone 5, and that's basically it. And Brandon's all over him. I mean, Brandon is giving him the highest respect, which is staying on his door all the way through. That's a lot of confidence. I'm sure, Brandon Spotter's in his ear, letting him know, like, hey, this guy is on it. You've got to stay with him. You cannot give him anything, because if you do, he's going to absolutely walk away with this. So great job from both these young drivers. I'm so impressed.
It is just jaw-dropping to see the progression, the rate, and here we are in, I wouldn't even say the second, it's like 4th generation now of these drivers. But like I said, collectively 43 years old. It's just so cool to see them. And when Cole came on the scene, Pro-Am, Pro-Spec, Brandon as well, now his sister and his brother, talking about Brandon, Cameron Sorensen, a talent. That guy's killing it in side-by-sides and karting. I mean, they're constantly racing. So here goes Brandon Sorensen out front of the United States Air Force BMW. Rips into that first outside zone, inside Zone 1, and Brandon goes out there. Cole Richards, look at Cole and Brandon. Look at, again, that back bumper fender overhang. The shrapnel just kicking off the back of it. Cole Richards not affected by it at all. Dude.
What? Why?
Amazing. So good.
These are finals level battles. They are.
So good.
Any other year, this is the finals that you're seeing right now.
The composure and to have that kind of holding back is the reservation is really commendable.
The maturity, because Cole Richards right there could have lost the entire battle and does a great job of still battling back and to get in there. And you can see Brandon working the car. I love how he preloads the suspension before he comes through 6. I mean, listen, drivers with white gloves, please keep doing it, because it makes my job easy. You can really tell what they're up to. You can see how they're utilizing the wheels to get the car where it needs to go. How are you not impressed, sir? You shouldn't be looking that bored. This is wild, what we're watching right now.
Yeah, you. Come on, man.
Yeah,
why are you so bored? You, dude.
There's the smile we're looking for.
I didn't want to come today, man. This is like my friend drugged me here.
I think, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, BC Racing, custom coilover side by side. There's a few parts that I think we should definitely look at, and it's going to be the chase for me. Both of them get a bit of a spread put on them coming through this section, and both of them dive back in. I would say that Brandon closes the gap maybe a fraction earlier than Cole does, but it's nothing between them. And then maybe through this section, Cole was a touch behind. You could argue that maybe Cole's lead was just a little bit better. So it's really tough between. I'm happy that I'm put in a position where it's difficult for me to even scrutinize what they're doing. There are days where you can pick out the mistakes, but not right now. I just want to sit back, enjoy, and really have a great time with everybody else.
Okay, waiting for the outcome here. We are absolutely splitting hairs here. Two very aggressive young talents of the sport.
Kids on their phones, man. Look at them.
I don't think he's playing.
No, they're immediately going back
and drift. They're reviewing the tail of the tape.
Yeah, they're going back and rewatching it, and they want to know. They want to see if they can get in their head and know immediately what the decision is. So we'll see here.
Yeah.
What do you think, Brandon? Think you got it?
Can't hear us, but obviously he knows that. Liking the new door cards there, the red and black. Got new banners. Again, 23rd season, man. This all began in 2004. What some people thought was a fad, 4 rounds, has grown just over the years to 4 to 6 to 8, and we've been at 8 for quite some time. It's just a really good, manageable sanctioning body where it's a platform for the premier international drifting sanctioning body, and then a lot of the drivers, you know, utilizing that platform as we take a look at the side-by-side, you know, building unique cars, doing special events, curating, building specific tracks. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's incredible how far we've come, and even in the last couple of years, the way that the driving is, as I said earlier, these are finals levels battles. I mean, you go back and watch a couple years ago, and this is what the best battle of the weekend looks like, and we're so close on so many of these, but I think we got a decision.
All right, let's score them. Who is moving on? It looks like Cole Richards gets 1 vote, 2 votes. Cole Richards, and it was not unanimous. It looks like Robbie and Brian Egger side with Cole Richards. And Cole, on his pro round, is in the final 4. Amazing. His first pro round, jumping from prospect to pro. We knew he was talented, but to have this composure, to have this focus, you know, his demeanor, just sometimes just really kind of static, but his driving is louder than words. Let's throw it down to Lorette Nickel. Who are you talking to, Lorette?
Well, earlier I was talking to Cole Richards, and he said I just have no words about how his Long Beach is shaping up for him. But this man right here, Frederick Aasbo, jumped, got his laptop, and you were watching that last run. What did you learn?
What did I learn? That there's a lot of fantastic drifting going on right now. And we're absolutely ecstatic about that battle with Hiroya. It's a little bit of a monkey off my back. He's taken us a couple times. He is the future. Mad respect for Hiroya. But today I felt like we did one for the old boys. So really, really fun battle.
Good. And now you feel like everything is ratcheting up a level for you.
It is, but I mean, you never know what's gonna happen. We're up against Dylan next and another ripper, you know. So we just got to stay alert, stay aware. You know, drive as good as we can, because look at the new kids on the block. They're killing it.
Yep, absolutely. Well, we are sure you're still going to kill it too. Freddie, best of luck, guys.
Thank you so much, Lorette. Thank you so much, Freddie Aasbo. Steady Freddie, he won here last year. Can he do it again? We have 2 drivers in the final 4. But next up, Jack Shanahan when we come back here to the streets of Long Beach.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving away a Maserati Thursdays in October. Play all month long for a chance to take home an elegant and powerful Italian sports car. Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. You in? Looking for a college where you can learn by doing? The University of Northwestern Ohio puts the wrench in your hand and your future in motion.
I would recommend UNOH to anybody who wants to excel in this industry.
With industry connections, cutting-edge equipment, and programs in automotive, diesel, high performance, robotics, and more, this is education that works.
You will come to this school and you will leave 10 times what you were when you came here.
Apply now at unoh.edu.
Get out there and have fun. Because you've got McGuire's. And we've got your back. From wash, to paint care, to maintenance and more, McGuire's has your hybrid ceramic solution for every adventure. McGuire's, reflect your passion.
Need parts fast? O'Reilly Auto Parts is fast. Need them now? We got now. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. We're O'Reilly Fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Yeah, welcome back to the streets of Long Beach. This is round one of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. I'm Jared Deane, being your tour guide here for the entire season, and we begin our 23rd season. I've been around here since day one. Oh, my back hurts just saying that. Joining me here just a few years ago, Mr. Jacob Gettens. Jacob, the progression, you as a fan, jumping into media, working at a team, and now up here in the box. This perspective is definitely different, but it's all about perspective. A driver, a crew, a sponsor, being down on the ground, all that.
Yeah, I've thankfully over my years been able to play a role in a lot of different drivers' lives and be around the sport for a long time. I've been drifting myself for over 10 years, and not that I'm by any means at this level, but what I can say from all those perspectives is there has never been a better time to be a drifting fan. The competition's never been better. You know, we're seeing the best from all over the world fly over here to go head to head. That should give you an idea of what it's like. It's incredible, and this is an insane battle. Jack Shanahan, Bakchis, two drivers absolutely on the top of their game right now. Jack indicated a little bit earlier on his engine may not be healthy. I did notice his catch can was venting pretty heavily on his last battle. Fingers crossed everything holds up, but wow, this could be one of the best battles we see today.
It's going to be hot and heavy because he knows Jack is going against Odie, one of the best chase drivers in the biz. He's changing the chassis, but up until this point, does not seem like it affects him at all. And just, again, if you're a fan of drifting, if you like the cars going sideways, cool. But then you can focus on the engineering of the cars, the development of the cars, the progression. And here we go. Speaking of progression, let's progress in with Jack Shanahan, that PSR BMW, Odie Bakchis field suspension, BRZ, Odie Bakchis. You see him follow him in. That was a really good technique and very brazen of Odie Bakchis to follow him into outside zone 3. He got into that pocket, and that allowed him to time the transition into outside zone 4. You saw him get in that smoke pocket,
yeah,
and he went deep. That was like the deepest I've seen, and then he transitioned into 4. That was really well done. I want to see the overhead. Oh, that's going to be good. Watch how deep he follows him into 3.
Oh, it's crazy, and Jack really pushes really far, yeah. But Odie uses that timing to scoot in on the inside. It's not something we've really seen happen today. It's I don't know if it was a technique, I don't know if it was on purpose, but man, did it ever work out for him? Yeah, it was pretty nuts. What I like too is how long Jack holds in 5, because it sets him up really well for 6. He's able to come all the way around, and we'll see here. So Odie gets caught on there, but he uses that little delay to get back in the pocket. Look how long Jack is in 5. He's still coming through it. And what that means is that he can kind of back it into 6, and then through 7, he's set up perfectly. So both drivers taking unique lines in both the lead and chase. Now when we swap it around, how does that end up playing out? Because I think it could turn out to be really, really interesting.
Okay, so now, again, let's change the order of operations. Taking a look at Odie up front, and keep in mind, like, yes, Jack is a veteran. He's a very talented driver, but this is only the 2nd time he has drifted here at round 1. So here goes Odie Bakchis, that field suspension, Subaru BRZ, Subi Mods. Wow, nice snappy transition. Jack Shanahan doesn't care. Absolutely. Look at this, the Honey Badger comes in. He absolutely does not care. The Irish Honey Badger, man, wow.
Yeah, and Jack, I mean, we talk about Ryan over here with this, but Jack is one of the best drivers to never win a championship in Europe, and he comes over here trying his hand on this side of the pond, and it's really showing incredibly, incredibly well. I love the chase game that Jack put on, and I also love how just aggressive Odie is. I mean, these track conditions are changing so rapidly as the sun is starting to set. We're getting some shadows in a few spots, and that is going to make a massive difference. Even the shadows going into 4, that will make a massive, massive difference to these drivers. So both of them are able to adapt, both of them are able to overcome and put on an incredible show. And I mean, any driver at the end of the run who's able to just get that little touch in,
yeah.
I think it's just I want to make sure the judges know I was on his door. It's like, you know, just closing out well. It's like when you leave a party and you leave your last great joke for right before you walk out the door. You want to be memorable. I know, that's what I'm saying.
It's a mic drop, man.
Yeah, and that's
it's a door bang, like I said, kiss on the forehead. Good night, sweet prince.
Exactly. And if you do that on your first run and then they know you did that, I mean, it can. There's some head games. There's some head games.
All right. Well, we have completed 2 runs on either side. Will that Pulsar Turbo Systems BMW come out on top, or the brandly new built and debuted Subaru BRZ of Odie Bakchis? Jack not getting out of his car. Normally they do kind of that European meet and greet.
He's locked in. I just saw a big deep breath from him. He's probably a little bit nervous, but yeah, let's take a look one more time on this racer replay and be able to see exactly how this all goes down. Look at Odie, great job through the zone, maybe a touch shallow going through 4, and maybe a touch shallow going through 5. Now that we're getting a few more replays in, maybe Jack's got a bit more of an advantage. I mean, Odie's chase game was incredible, but now we're starting to take a look again. I think maybe there was a bit more for Odie to be able to pick up, especially on the lead. So track might be tacking up just a little bit, but Odie's doing a good job. I mean, look how similar these cars are wheelbase too. I mean, it's just interesting. 2 very different vehicles, obviously, but we're seeing that there is kind of a formula to the drifting.
Locked in, dialed in. Odie Bakchis
staring at the big screen, waiting for that to come over.
All right.
I can't imagine how stressful that's got to feel like a million years.
At the same time, it's also a bit of a sigh of relief. Like, came out unscathed, good battle, may the best man win. You know, it was tidy driving as opposed to some of the more violent driving, either with a wall or with other drivers. So
yeah.
I think that now they're really leaving it in the judge's hands, rightfully so. But Odie waits. This is tension mounts, like you said. One more battle after this in the grade 8. That'll be Dylan Hughes versus Frederick Aasbo. But right now, Connor Shanahan, Cole Richards are in the final 4. And we were just discussing with Greg Bussell. Greg Bussell and Jacob, you and I were talking about, I believe that Cole Richards is the best Go ahead. What are we looking at here?
Yeah, so I really want to highlight here the way that Odie is able to utilize this zone. So I'm going to get the live stream team to hold up here in just a second, but let's see how Jack comes out. And right about here, let's pause it real quick. And you can see, I mean, Odie's wheels are pointing out all the way this way. And what happens is as Jack is loading the car up and able to shoot out over to here, Odie actually starts to tuck in and come around through that transition. So now as we play, you'll be able to see how Odie's able to use that to catch that transition back through. It's incredibly difficult to do something like that. And normally you're going to want to fall back in the chase through transitions. But instead, I mean, Odie's kind of using that momentum to come back around. It also comes down to Jack's on maybe a different line than Odie would normally run. But, man, you have to have so much commitment to pull something like that off. And yeah,
also trust.
Oh, just so much.
Because there could easily be a hiccup, but this is the refinement. This is the refinement that we are looking for. So here we go. Slide them left one more time, and Jack Shanahan gets a vote. And one more time, they're going at it again. One more time. So one more time between Shanahan and Bakchis to find out who is going into the Final Four. Here we go to what was to be our final battle of the Great Eight. It is now going to see who comes out on top. Dylan Hughes and Frederick Aasbo. Frederick Aasbo will lead in that Rockstar energy drink. Toyota GR Supra. And Dylan Hughes tip to tail in the BMW. Now right under the bridge, well done by Freddie. Steady Freddie. He talked about these new kids on the block. Dylan is by no means a new kid. He has cut his teeth. He is, I wouldn't say a veteran, but he is a staple in the Formula Drift Championship.
Yeah, Dylan, I mean, he's been around the block. I remember seeing him come up through the Pro 2 days with Travis Reeder. Great era through there, and he's really developed and he's gained a lot of patience as a driver, and we're seeing that here in the chase. I would love to see Dylan a little bit closer through a lot of these zones, but he doesn't overcommit. He's kind of leaving this up to Freddie to make a mistake when he chases. So you can be super aggressive, you can try all this crazy stuff, but unfortunately, a lot of the time it leads to a mistake or to an accident. It's a high risk versus high reward, and Dylan opting to play back just a little bit throughout the chase run. Now Freddie out front, phenomenal lead run. It's what we'd expect. He's just laying it down. It's so locked into his brain now how to put down a solid lead run, and yeah, to me, I hope that decision to play back a little bit doesn't come back to bite Dylan, but either way, it's time for him to shine out in the lead.
Well, you know, Dylan knows who's in his rearview mirror, and Frederick is one of the best chase drivers. He has that car awareness. We've seen it kind of bite him as far as the nose of the Supra kind of transitioning, taking out Matt Field. Would hate to see that, but we saw it earlier in his transition, execute it so flawlessly against Hiroya Minowa. Can he do it again? All right, he's going to need to get that good proximity. That special sauce goes Dylan Hughes, that royal purple GT Radio O'Reilly Auto Parts BMW. And there it is. That's what we come to expect. So Freddie does have good proximity, but he's not exactly mimicking the angle. There he is, darting in on the inside. Is the needle going either way?
Not right now.
The applausometer, is it going towards Freddie? Is it going towards Dylan?
I try to, you know, take in that first round. I try to observe and look for anything crazy or any big mistakes. And then as we come through the replays, you can start to collect more and more information. Right off the bat, I thought Dylan Hughes' initiation took a hot minute. It really felt like he hung it out there, and Freddie does a great job of adapting to it. Now, Freddie's really got to pull back on it, but that proximity there looks great, and he's expecting Dylan to fire off, and it doesn't happen. That's where you see Freddie surging back and forth. He's almost looking for Dylan to kind of shoot out, but Dylan's still skating way wide. But look at how long that initiation is from Dylan. The upside is he does a great job through the inner zone, does a great job through the next outer zone, but he's holding for a long time. And Freddie gets caught pretty tight on the inside and has to surge back and forth, but keeps that proximity. It just isn't super clean. So we'll see how this ends up playing out, and yeah, go from there.
This might go one more time as well. I mean, that is a very potential option right now. You know, we could take a look Look at that underneath. Again, Freddie gave him a little bit of room there on outside zone 4. And that right there, going from 5 to 6. Freddie, he did have proximity, but it was that kind of stabbing, not mimicking the angle.
Yeah.
He did have proximity, but didn't mimic the angle.
Well, he's waiting. He's expecting or hoping that Dylan's going to start taking off a little bit, but Dylan's arc was really nice and wide all the way through, so he just didn't have that opportunity.
And there we go. Frederick Aasbo gets the win. Unanimously, it was 1, 2, and 3. Frederick Aasbo gets the win and advances on into the Final Four. So 3 drivers in. We're talking about Connor Shanahan, Cole Richards. Freddie did it last year. Can he do it again? That Rockstar energy drink driver. He was back to championship form last year. That's how he kicked it off. Is he going to deliver once again? How we doing, Long Beach? Make some noise. We have a one more time battle when we come back. Maybe we'll get some waves going here in Long Beach. What do you say? Stomp your feet for me, Long Beach. Stomp your feet. Let's get loud here. Stomp them up when we come back. Our final battle of the Great Eights. It is Jack Shanahan versus Odie Bakchis to go against Aasbo.
At the limit, performance tells the truth. From the drift track to off-road to the open road, Kenda engineers its tires where failure is not an option. Vezda Performance, Cleaver All-Terrain. One engineering standard, professional grade. From the podium to the pavement. Kenda, find your retailer at kendatire.com.
When you're working on cars, there's a lot of things that can get you. A lot of little reminders from over the years. Fast Orange antibacterial kills 99% of germs that cause infection, and it has the strongest grease fighting formula in the Fast Orange lineup. This is our go-to at the shop. Citrus power, antibacterial protection, and grease fighter in one bottle. Fast Orange antibacterial hand cleaner.
Vibe and live loud. This is what we are.
Welcome back to the streets of Long Beach. One more battle in the Great Eight. Already in the final 3, Connor Shanahan. So we already have one Shanahan in. Will the younger brother be joining him? He's got to get through Odie Bakchis. There's Dylan Hughes over talking to Mario and Sean and the gang. And he just lost to Frederick Aasbo, but I know they'll have some beers later and hang out and have a good time. So, you know, it's tough. You know, they're your homies, but then you just want to absolutely kill them. You want to take them down.
Yeah, well, right? that's how it goes. We're all friends until we get to the start line.
Yep. All right, so again, Connor Shanahan is in. He is going against Cole Richards, which I was beginning to say it earlier. I believe he is the best historically, the rapidest driver to go from pro spec, make his pro debut, and the furthest out the gate, hands down. I mean, that's uncontested. Already in the Final Four on his maiden voyage in pro competition. And that car has been around. There was a driver named Ron Ewert. That was his car. That car has seen, you know, accidents, things, stuff, but also he has made it work, and it's obviously very apparent. Look at this. Oh, look at Diego Higa.
Oh,
Brazil
keep
just
it going.
It
there
up.
It is.
Nice.
Yeah.
As Adam LZ 10%, James Deane 6, Freddie Odie. So fan favorite. Brazil loves Diego Higa, and they are cheering him on.
Yeah, I think everyone else just got to step up. That's all. Brazil's got a lot of time on their phones apparently, and we all need to start using ours.
All right, we got cars in the box, and we're talking about Jack Shanahan and Odie Bakchis. Freddie dialed in. He's got that Simpsons signature bandit helmet. He's been wearing that since we met him at the Red Bull Drifting World Championship back in, was that 05, 06?
I think so, yeah.
He had
back in Chucky.
He had Chucky, but he's always rocked a Simpson bandit helmet since day one.
It's a very intimidating helmet. You know, I mean, it's intense looking.
Right.
Like it looks like he's going
like
into
a
battle.
Jason mask.
Yeah,
Like,
similar.
oh, okay.
Same, but different.
That guy gets down.
Yeah.
That guy knows how to party.
It's funny. He's got such a kind face, and then he puts on a helmet. And you're like, oh wow, that's
Darth Vader.
Yeah. He's got Darth Vader eyes, but like, yeah, he's just spooky dude.
I was gonna say you got Betty Davis eyes.
Oh. Not singing that song.
Yeah, you will.
Not happening. I will later.
Come on, JoJo Siwa, you got this.
Oh no, no, hard no.
Right.
Not that cover. Not
I got
that
so many
cover.
jokes, so we're just chilling.
Yeah.
All right, so Odie Bakchis, the Field Suspension, Subi Mods, Subaru BRZ. He's on those GT radial tires. You can see he's warming up. The winner goes against Frederick Aasbo and that Rockstar Supra. Had a great, do you have an opportunity to go by the Rockstar booth and listen to the band?
I did. They sound great.
Good vibes.
Very good vibes. I mean,
super SoCal, bro.
Yeah. I mean, as a ska punk enthusiast myself, I was very, very happy about that.
What's your favorite ska band?
Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. I mean, I think you kind of just lean in.
Have you ever heard their version of Simmer Down? Simmer Down.
Yes.
Dude, that kills. I have that
John
on CD.
Stones be another good one. A little more.
Bucko 9 from San Diego.
Okay, yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's ska our way in. Oh boy, we got a little hood lift there from Jack Shanahan. Looks like I think popping up, throwing a little gang sign once again, and there it is. Look, he dropped into formation, but he had to back out. So it didn't end up paying off for him this time. We were highlighting that as something of master class, but it ended up biting him on this execution.
There's a couple of weird things in that run. Not what I was expecting, but here we are. So we'll break it down once we get into our replay. But yeah, both of them had some real interesting moments. So let's take a look. Odie trying to go tip to tail on initiation. Jack doing a good job. And as he comes out to this zone, he catches the wall, but Odie, same thing, gets caught out, and then Jack just cannot extend. He is pushing that car as hard as he can to get out to 5, but unfortunately he just doesn't make it out. I don't know if it doesn't have the momentum. I don't know if it's coming down on horsepower. I'm not sure what's up, but it is it's not in a great spot. So we're gonna see how this all plays out. But yeah, just a real weird one from both drivers. Yeah, just strange. So I'm not sure why Jack wasn't able to get all the way out. I'm wondering if maybe we've gotten to a point where the track is starting to tack up again, and we're getting stickier. But I mean, they didn't run all that long ago. It's possible as we pick up some wall debris there. Holy.
Yeah, that looks like tons of shrapnel. And like you said, I think that's wall debris, not so much off of body kit. I mean,
I wasn't sure if we were getting a complimentary 5.
I don't think so. I mean,
yeah. I saw Amy come over pretty hastily, which usually indicates she wants to tell Chris Ewell something. So.
Okay, so
Oh, we're forcing for water. Oh, it seems like Jack has got a leak, so they're forcing him to take his 5 to take a look at
So you're
it.
having him drive down the track. That's cool.
Well, he's offline. He's smart, and
back on it. And
no, he's off.
And off it.
We're good.
And in and off. All right, Jack. So again, forcing him to take a comp time out. Looks like he might be, and you called it, his catch can smoking pretty hot and heavy. So this is our final battle of the Grade 8 to forge the Final 4. So again, Connor Shanahan, Cole Richards. So yeah, let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll finish this thing out. Is Jack Shanahan going to be able to run? Is he going to pop? What's going to happen? We'll find out. Once you pop, you can't stop, or you literally have to stop if you do pop. So don't go. When we come back, who's going against Odie as he takes down Dylan Hughes earlier? It's Jack Shanahan, Odie Bakchis, and Frederick Aasbo. Who's going against Freddie? Steady Freddie. Don't go anywhere.
With a Canon ImageProGraph Pro 1100 professional photo printer, my images come alive in print. What I see through my lens is what you see on the wall. Vivid, detailed, and accurate.
BC Forged Wheels, custom built per order, offering extensive design, finish, and machining options. Strength, style, and precision come standard. Track proven, street ready. BC Forged, proud sponsor of Formula Drift 2026.
Something has awakened. The horsepower and torque you always knew was there. Just waiting to make every drive thrilling. Track tested, off-road proven. Performance for everything you drive. Drive better with K&N.
Through this lens, I catch details others might pass right by. Some might see a car. I see tuners taking care of what they love. The care poured into every engine. The trust in Pennzoil to keep it running strong. This moment, these drivers, the machine under this hood, that's what lasts.
Engine protection for the lifetime of your vehicle. Pennzoil. Long may we drive. Available at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Well, the 5-minute clock is running, and we are less than 2 minutes. And Jack Shanahan in his car, going into the bay right now of the engine is some changes, some adjustments. So what's happening?
Yeah, so the blow-by of the engine is getting quite bad now because of the rings not sealing properly, basically. And yeah, we're just trying to contain the mess a small bit. That's kind of all we can do. Obviously, it's not ideal. Cars are not meant to be leaking oil, so it's not perfect circumstances. I was trying to just do this one chase. That's kind of all I want, just one more go. That's all.
Absolutely. Are you nervous about this fix?
Not really. It's kind of been like this all weekend now, so it is what it is. We're just trying to make it a bit better, but we're almost out of time, so who knows? We might not get the drive.
So the clock right now at 1:05.
1 minute and 5 seconds, and the clock is ticking down. Car is being dropped down, and the hood is getting strapped on. So keep in mind, this is the second half of this run here. So again, Jack Shanahan, Odie Bakchis, and this will be now Odie out front. And we were up here talking to Amy Bakchis, Odie's spotter and wife, and she says, I got oil in my windshield.
Yeah.
So obviously a problem. It's not a cute little drip. It's not a cute little drizzle.
Well, and we did see the catch can breathing pretty heavily. There's a lot of oil vapor coming out of that. So there's probably a large amount of blow-by. I'm wondering if his run, he's down on power, and that's why the car did not come all the way out to 5. The quote from his spotter is, it's on life support. So I'm like, sick. So fingers crossed that it holds together for this run. But yeah, hopes and dreams, H&T's.
T's and P's.
T's and P's, thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers.
Got it.
T's and P's for Jack Shanahan. And again, it would be really cool to see the Shanahan bros go against each other in the finals. That's where it would need to happen. But Jack Shanahan, like we said, down in power, down but not out. There is definitely tension, and we got Mary Poppins of the RTR camp right here. Look at this guy. You look great, dude. Chim chimney, RTR is my gang. There it is. Long Beach, make some noise! Oh, that was lackluster. I mean, you guys are hardcore fans. You're sticking around. I said, make some noise, Long Beach! One more battle, the Grade 8. Who is going against Steady Freddy Frederick, the Norwegian Hammer, Aasbo? It's a mouthful and a faceful. Talking about that Rockstar Energy Drink Toyota GR Supra. Is he going against Big Bro Jack Shanahan or Odie Bakchis in that brand new Subaru BRZ, the second half of this battle? Then we'll go back and see the first battle, the Final Four. Connor Shanahan, new car, new team, but oh so confident. What he thought was over earlier today has again then melded into a top 32 battle. Before we got into 16, went through Gushi, went through Higa, and now here he is. And then Cole Richards, the best to go from pro spec to now at minimum a Final Four on his pro debut. Insane for Cole Richards.
Yeah, very, very wild. If you've been following his career, I mean, it's still shocking. It's still a surprise, but he's an incredible driver, and he's done amazing things already. It's just adding to it.
Odie Bakchis out front, field suspension, BRZ. You see him transition in. Jack Shanahan, does he have the power? He talked about maybe being down. That thing's seeping some oil. Now Odie Bakchis in the outside zone 5. Jack Shanahan, it doesn't look like he has any issues whatsoever. Life support seems to be working. The adrenaline kicking in. Wow. It's like a lizard. He loses his tail, but he keeps on going, man.
Yeah, Jack.
Like, no big deal. Just I'm alive and kicking, baby.
Jack the Gecko Shanahan.
Yeah,
yeah, it's, I mean, all things considered, great run there from Jack. I mean, he's got his arms out the window. We're seeing a lot of smoke in the cabin. Hopefully that is tire smoke and nothing else. But Odie out front looking really, really good. You can see Jack closing the gap. Does a great job to time it with Odie, waiting for him to light off and holds a very good spot through there. And you can see the smoke coming out from underneath the hood of Jack Shanahan. We're gonna have to take a good look at the course, make sure that he's not dropping oil. But when he got really on the throttle, there was a fair bit of vapor popping out from under the hood. Take a look right by the windshield there of Jack. I think especially through this section, you might be able to see it. Yeah, smoke's not supposed to come out of that part. So if this engine is even still ticking, I would be absolutely shocked. But Jack Shanahan putting on, a brilliant effort. And, I mean, yeah, Odie's lead, sorry, I felt like I spent the whole time talking about Jack holding it together. Odie had a really, really solid lead there, which he needed to do, considering the last run. But Jack's given a wave, and I'm wondering if he's calling it.
Well, I mean, that was the second round. So
we're getting I think we got the chop out of that's it for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's being respectful, but I think he knows that, you know, obviously, you know, he saw both runs. He was right there. So here we go. Slide him left for Odie Bakchis, right for Jack Shanahan. And Jack Shanahan gets 2 votes and 3 votes. Shanahan gets the victory.
Wow.
And Shanahan, You said, you know, he gave the we're done, but guess what? He's not. So Jack Shanahan could see his brother in the Final Four, but of course they got to navigate around, you know, a veteran and Frederick Aasbo for Jack Shanahan, Connor Shanahan against a spirited pro rookie on his first event, Final Four finish, which is absolutely amazing for Cole Richards.
The crazy part is Jack is now guaranteed a podium. He was second overall.
Jack is guaranteed a podium.
Yeah, so even if that car is no longer for this world,
third place.
He is in third place.
And we pray and we pray and we pray.
Yeah, if it's
every day. See you at the crossroads. All right, here we go. Connor Shanahan versus Cole Richards. Jack Shanahan versus Frederick Aasbo. I don't know why Bone Thugs Army came into my mind.
Side quest for a fan. Can you just make a playlist of everything that comes up, bands, music? Just, it would be incredible. Yeah,
it's
anyway.
so diverse. I could go from Dolly Parton to Bone Thugs and Harmony to Steely Dan.
Now you gotta put
every other song is a Steely Dan song. Here we go. Speaking of Steely, speaking of Dan, here comes the Dan band. We're talking about Mr. Shanahan and Mr. Richards coming down into under the bridge where he drew some blood. Let's go, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Oh boy, Cole saves it from the wall. And Shanahan talking about Connor brings it on home. I think Cole got lost in the smoke, and that could have been way worse and way more violent. Let's take a look at that overhead going from outside zone 3 to 4 under the bridge. You saw him straighten out, and like, did he not hit it at all? He like just glanced away.
I have no idea, but Cole's calling a 5-minute. Might be to check his pants, because holy, that was crazy. So let's take a look here. I mean, Connor's on it. He's absolutely on a heater. Now Cole's starting to try to close that gap.
Bump.
And he boops it. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that could have been so bad. And that was, and at first glance, I would say that Cole was at fault.
Yeah, I agree with it. I agree. I do think that's on Cole. Cole needed to have shot back before that run, and unfortunately he was not able to. So let's take a look here. So we'll see, you can see Cole pretty much on the inside, and then we can pause it right about here. So at this point, I mean, really, Connor's going to be shooting out this way. Cole's got to hit the brakes. He's got to stop at this point because he's so far on the inside. If he starts to add more throttle, he has to keep going the same direction. So now as we start to play, you'll be able to see how this all works out for him. As we can pick things back up in the production truck. And right there, just that circle, you can pause it again, right there. Oh, that shows you just how close Cole is to the wall. It is so, I mean, there's absolutely nothing between him and the wall. I mean, it's wild. Sorry, I'm still learning this telestrator, but man.
That could have been really bad.
That could have been real bad. That could have been real bad. But I mean, Cole able to salvage the run, but at this point in time, Connor Shanahan, he's already making his way out, and there's not much that Cole Richards can do other than thank that everything's all right.
Yeah,
I saw you getting some notes.
He did slap that back right, and the judges, yeah, man. Everywhere around the world, they're coming to America. Speaking of America, New Hampshire's own Lorette Nickel. Lorette.
Hey, I just wanted to get a word. Cole called the 5. What's happening?
Yeah, so unfortunately, we just pushed a little too hard. I'm really good at that. We kind of got into the wall a little bit in the right front area, but it's Connor Shanahan. That's kind of what you have to do. You just kind of have to go for it.
Absolutely. Yeah, but look at what you're doing as well. So incredible driving today. Are you worried about damage?
Yeah, there's definitely some damage up front. Maybe not. Felt damage after I tapped the wall and it continued that run a little bit. It felt like something funky was going on, so we'll see.
What does funky mean? Steering or?
Loose. It's not, proper. It's not straight. Something feels a little wonky, loose, funky. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, all right. Funky and wonky. That's what we're looking at. All right, the clock is running. We are at 4:24.
5-minute clock is a ticking there for Cole Richards. Talked about funky. Brass monkey, the funky monkey?
Brass monkey.
There you go. See, another song. Just, hey, Long Beach, how we doing? Stomp your feet for me. Stomp your feet. Make some noise. Come on, get loud. You in the black T-shirt and hat. Come on, Subaru. I know you know how to make noise. Yeah, you in the Subaru hat. Yeah, I called you out, dude.
He's got moves, I guarantee it.
Dude,
that dude's got moves.
Is that Timu Luke Fink?
Oh my gosh.
Bro. All right, Wally Wally, Uchi Bang Bang. Here we go, taking a look at it.
Yeah, so big things we want to look for is acceleration and deceleration. Richards on the right and in the back side of it. So Connor's looking good. He's picking up the pace there, and whoa! That also shows you just how precise that Wally system is when it comes to proximity on that car. But that is a tight one for sure. But thankfully, Cole able to get things sorted. We were noticing maybe a bit of a wobble as he came through the one inside clip. Might have caught a cone, but that one quick little boop, that's all it was on the wrong side. Yeah, so we are hearing that the fault is on Cole Richards, so that 5 minute he's using is the one that he has for competition. So not shocking on that one, Cole. I mean, I'm glad to see he's that aggressive. Rookies have a tendency to like trying to draw back a bit and maybe not go that hard, but Cole clearly did not get that memo. And
he says, I'm really good at that. I'm really good at being aggressive.
yeah, in a flat monotone voice.
Yep.
I would love to hear a conversation between him and Rad Dan.
Ooh.
Yeah, it'd be great combo. Very calm, very soothing. That could be, you know, your go-to-bed tape. Ocean Sounds by Cole Richards and Rad Dan.
Yeah, the reason Jacob's saying that, Dan, they're monotone. Really kind of just
an
calming.
even keel demeanor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Keeping it cool, dude. Keeping it cool. So Cole Richards, we can call him Cool Richards now.
Cool Richards. Oh no.
Cole Hand Richards.
Oh, like Cole Hand Luke.
Yep. You cool. You real cool, Luke. And you could see the fresh tires on the corner, so GT radial, but because he made the contact, I believe that, and he's swapping them out, Shanahan should be able to get tires as well.
I don't know if they ended up swapping it. I didn't catch that part, but they've got wrenches out, which is usually an indication that you are adjusting something in the rear end, usually something alignment. So normally what you'll see is them pull out toe plates, so these are like big metal plates. And then they'll run tape measures to figure out what the distance is at the front of the wheel and the distance is at the end, at the back of the wheel, and that's your toe setting. So these drivers will traditionally run some toe in, depending on the car, depending on a lot of factors. I've seen some crazy toe in, and what that allows them to do is have some forward bite. So, yeah, wow, there's your alignment lesson for the day.
Thank you.
No problem.
And Lorette tapping Connor on the shoulder. What a wild day it's been for him. Again, his frown was just full on, Lorette, and now attitude is he's got his angry eyes on.
He does. What an emotional roller coaster it's been for Connor today, and from coming in and ready to fight and thinking that he was knocked out to fighting again, going into the Final Four. Connor, I'm not sure if I was reading your body language correct. Are you a little bit frustrated right now with how this is developing?
No, all good. Having a great day. Sorry, I'm just a little bit in the zone. Yeah, just small contact, doing as I was doing in outer zone 3, just felt the touch in the transition. Been really trying to focus to give every chase car the best opportunity I can. I think this track really rewards a good lead car. So we've just been trying to really focus on consistent lead runs. So yeah, we call the 10 because we just want to make sure everything is good and not take any chances. But yeah, what a roller coaster of a day. A lot of emotions, and yeah, I just guess it was hard to get back into gear, but once we got back into gear, we were back right where we left off this morning. It's been an unbelievable weekend for us. You know, we've really learned a lot of positives, and every lap I do in this thing, I'm just so happy.
Right. When in the beginning of the day, when you accepted that your day was done, and then you were retold that you were battling again, what were those emotions like?
Yeah, it was hard. You know, we woke up positive this morning knowing that we'd done a lot of prep work. Jury and the team have done an incredible job with the car. Me and Mats, my spotter, have been putting in a lot of work for this race, and you know, my focus is fully towards the Formula Drift Championship this season. You know, we managed to win Drift Masters last year, and we kind of made a decision coming in here that we got to put all the eggs in the basket and try go all the way as much as we can. So it's a really good start either way right now. So when it happened earlier on the day, I was like, you got to be kidding me. But I think everybody agrees with the call. We're back in the fight, and me and Ken had a good second battle, and let's see. Hopefully we can keep going and try go all the way.
course. So the clock is still running. Not a lot of chaos down here, which is always a good sign. What's the team looking at?
Yeah, I think everything is good with the car. They gave it a quick check and yeah, jump back in, go back out. Cole Richards, what a guy. What a guy. Debut season, you know, in the top 4. Had a good chat with him while we were waiting for the one more time. Incredible to see that. You know, that's what the sport's about. Every time we come back to these events, what a dude. And it's not over yet, so anything can happen, but we'll go out there and try blow the doors off him and have some fun for the crowd.
Connor, thank you very much. Jared, the clock is running at 7:45. And again, not a lot of pressure. The team looking on the car. Looks like everything is ready to go, and Connor just getting suited up.
Yeah, a little calm down there, maybe a little woosa, but love it. What a guy, what a dude. I'm gonna blow the doors off him. Like, builds him up to break him down. All right, well, we gave a lot of flowers today. Why not continue the party talking about Daijiro Yoshihara? This gentleman has contributed so much to the sport and continues to do so. Most recently, even being the stunt driver for Sung Kang in the Drifter movie that's coming out. So Dai Yoshihara, have seen this gentleman grow up before our eyes, be a husband, be a father of 2, and now he is officially your 2026 Formula Drift Hall of Fame inductee, Daijiro, simply known as Dai Yoshihara. So Ryan Sage, president of Formula Drift, inducting him at the top of our driver introduction. So congratulations to him. He joins the likes of Reese Millen, Sam Hubenet, Tanner Faust, Larry Chen, and now Dai joins the alumni of the Hall of Fame inductees. Waiting, wishing, wondering who is going to come out on top. When we come back, Shanahan or Richards. And then the other side, Shanahan or Aasbo. Ireland, America, Norway. We'll find out who comes back out on top here on the streets of Long Beach. This is round 1 of 8 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving away a Maserati Thursdays in October. Play all month long for a chance to take home an elegant and powerful Italian sports car. Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. You in?
Looking for a college where you can learn by doing? The University of Northwestern Ohio puts the wrench in your hand and your future in motion.
I would recommend UNOH to anybody who wants to excel in this industry.
With industry connections, cutting-edge equipment, and programs in automotive, diesel, high performance, robotics, and more, this is education that works.
You will come to this school and you will leave 10 times what you were when you came here.
Apply now at unoh.edu.
Get out there and have fun. Because you've got Maguire's. And we've got your back. From wash, to paint care, to maintenance and more, Maguire's has your hybrid ceramic solution for every adventure. Maguire's, reflect your passion.
Need parts fast? O'Reilly Auto Parts is fast. Need them now? We got now. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. We're O'Reilly Fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It has been absolutely a Bluebird day, a signature Southern California day. Thank you for coming out and joining us and joining the party. Such a great festivity here. Had some family, some friends. I got my wife, my kids in the building. My oldest son was over announcing at Ford and for Ford Mustang, Parker, and my son Tyson, my wife Stephanie. So stoked they're out here. And then just some friends, my homies from Snap-on Tools. So excited to have them in the building. And yeah, so just celebratory here, round one. So let's throw it down to Loren Nichols. The party continues.
Well, Jared, on the live stream, you saw Jack and Odie finish his run, and you saw Jack give the chop sign, assuming that he was done. I walked up to him and I said, "Are you done?" And he said, "We'll see." So he came back. His team gave it their best effort. We thought that you were going to run, but unfortunately, your day has wrapped up.
Yeah, we could have ran, and we could have sacrificed like blowing the engine or putting a load of oil in the track. And to be honest, it's not really fair on the other 3 people in top 4 that like to do that. I think we've kind of messed up the track a little bit as it is, like not the track, but just kind of around the paddock and stuff. So putting more oil in the track was not really the plan, you know. So we thought we'd make it a little bit further. I was really looking forward to battling Aasbo. That was like the one where I was like, this is the man to beat in this track realistically, you know.
And you know what? Your brother is on the line now, so we're going to go.
So we're good. We're good. We get to watch now.
Appreciate the tenacity and integrity, guys.
Yeah, that is a great word, integrity, and acknowledging, like, look, I don't need to glaze the track, don't need to shellac the wood. So Jack Shanahan has bowed out. That means he will grab that 3rd podium spot, but he will not do battle. So Aasbo is forced to go to the finals. Boo-hoo. Here we go as Richards and Shanahan. Remember, this is the second battle of this battle, the second run of this battle, as Cole Richards and Shanahan going at it. So Cole Richards, you saw him make that contact earlier with Shanahan, and now brings it on into that final zone. And there it is, Richards or Shanahan. Did Shanahan do enough? Did Cole Richards do enough to offset, you know, that contact, that mistake? But regardless, like Connor said, what a guy, what a dude.
Yeah, and I think there's a massive portion of fans right now that have just become Cole Richards fans.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, that's such a massive win for him. It's going to be tough to say. Honestly, I would have liked to see Cole get a little bit further out to that zone, but you know, you get the car realigned, you do everything you can, but mentally it can be really tough. You come off that, you know you've got to go for this crazy run. And as drifters, a lot of them just default to, I want to try and outrun the guy behind me. And Cole, it feels like maybe that's what happened, or the track was tacking up a little bit more, getting a little more sticky, but he really wasn't able to get all the way out to outside zone 3 and outside zone 5. So yeah, unfortunately for me, I don't think Cole really put enough together on that one, but it's tough too, because you come off an incident, you want to do your best, but that's how the cards are played.
Yeah, don't think it's enough, and it is now officially not enough, but Connor Shanahan gets the win. So it'll be 2 Shanahans on the podium here at Formula Drift Long Beach. Cole Richards just a bit outside 4th place. Pat Gooden
Congrats,
up here.
Yeah.
You're going to celebrate with some Texas Roadhouse and some honey butter, baby. Go ahead, shellac that thing, dude. You deserve it, homeboy. Two vats of honey butter at Texas Roadhouse for those gentlemen. The Irish flag is waving for 2 of the podium finishers, Connor Shanahan and Jack Shanahan. The order is TBD for 2 Irish drivers and a Norwegian. Walk into a bar.
It's going to be a heck of a podium podcast when we're wrapped up here. I'm very excited to listen and talk about this. They're all characters, and just to have both the brothers on the show at the same time means there'll be shenanigans had.
Oh, it'll be great.
Yeah, Frederick Aasbo now, he is going to get...
Repeat.
Yeah.
He won here last year. Can he do it again?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he's got a really tough competitor in Connor Shanahan, who is absolutely on form. I mean, kind of a Phoenix story here, able to get that rebirth and back into it. But right now, if I can take your words, let's lay back and listen to Frederick Aasbo.
Steady Freddy. We might see him at Steady Brewing later on, because he is doing just that. Steady Brewing, the official brewery of Formula Drift Long Beach, for the post-event meet and party on 2950 Clark Avenue. Go and look it up on your phone. Steady, S-E-A-D-Y. DY, Steady Brewing. Ticket holders get 25% off, so go grab a beer, grab a good time. And again, join us at Steady Brewing, 2950 Clark Avenue, or just use the computer in your pocket and find out where it's at. Again, thank you to Steady Brewing for their support of the FD Championship. There it is, Connor Shanahan, Frederick Aasbo. The finals are set. Jack Shanahan is in third place, and that is dictated by qualifying position. Jack is higher qualifying than Cole Richards, but congratulations to Cole. Highest finishing driver as a Formula Drift Pro rookie. And Frederick Aasbo, the rock star driver, knows what it takes and how it feels to win. The finals last year, a second one more time between him and James Deane, the defending champion last year. But Freddie got back to his championship form and pulled right in and got on top of the box here in Long Beach in 2025. Just a year ago, Frederick Aasbo took it to the top with a can in the hand. Congratulations to Frederick Aasbo. The question is, can he do it again? Or is Connor Shanahan gonna come out on top? Connor said this is the best he's felt. He knew him and Jerry Yang are a great formula, a good recipe for success. That almost stopped earlier between him and Gushi after trying to get fixed, not able to get fixed. The competition committee came together and said, you know what, let's see him run again. He made his way into 16, and then he made his way through Diego Higa, and then obviously Connor continued on, into now past Cole Richards, and Frederick Aasbo, his journey, started against Beecham, taking out Hiroya Minowa, Dylan Hughes, and now Aasbo's in the finals. As we're taking a look at our 2026 schedule, obviously we are here at round 1. Continues on. We'll see you May 7th through the 9th, and I say 3 days because we have pro and pro spec. And then round 3, Orlando, May 29th through the 30th. That is a pro round exclusively. Round 4, Stafford, Connecticut, a new stop for us, June 18th through the 20th. And that again is a pro and pro spec round. Indianapolis, Evergreen, Las Vegas, and then back here in Long Beach. Let's throw it down to Lorette with the driver who is traditionally really calm.
He does seem really calm. Yeah, getting the shaka there. Frederick Aasbo, you are going for 2 in a row wins at Long Beach. What would that mean to you?
That would be huge, but I have a big job ahead of me before that. Obviously, we're going against Connor now in the finals. He, seeing his devastation when he thought he was out in the 32 to now being in the finals, it has to be huge for him. And he, the way he drives on the zones, the way he transitions in the chase, I mean, this is going to take everything for me.
Yeah, absolutely. But Freddie, I mean, you've been in that situation before where the highs and the lows of Formula Drift are just peaks and valleys. At least for you today, maybe you've conserved a little bit of energy and can just fire it up at the right time.
Yeah, I feel like I have. And, it ain't over till the fat lady sings, and we've been stepping it up all day, and I'm ready for this. So let's go out there and have some fun.
We cannot wait.
Well, we're going to have to wait just a moment more, but we bid adieu to another rock star pilot, and that is Ryan Tuerck. After 23 years of competing in the Formula Drift Pro Championship, he says this is his last full Formula Drift season of competition. Let's take a look at a video.
I'm going to say
take a look back at that.
End of the beginning, or the end of this chapter, and it'll be the second chapter of my motorsports life. It's been the longest one, 20 plus years in drifting. This is going to be my last full season in Formula Drift. It's crazy to think back on it. 20 years of doing something, you don't even think about it until you start looking at all the things that you have and have saved, and you forget half the things you did save, and that just keeps bringing back more and more memories as I go through more of it. It's been a pretty wild ride the last week or so, combing through all that stuff and sharing memories. I'm not done drifting, of course. I'm just done with a full-time championship schedule. I'm still going to have a full-time motorsports schedule, but I want to give myself time to do other things. I'm still an ambitious person, and I have other goals that I want to accomplish within motorsport, and I need to give myself time to do that. Taking this leap is definitely scary. It's something I've been doing for 20 plus years, and I just want to enjoy every moment of it this year with my family away from home at Formula Drift, the teams, the crews, the drivers, the staff at Formula Drift. I mean, I've known a lot of these people for 20 plus years. It's crazy to think about it like this and make the decision to actually stop competing full time. Yeah, it's scary, but I'm looking forward to seeing everybody and seeing the fans at every stop, just being able to drive against some of the best drivers in the world again. Yeah.
vibe and live loud. This is what we are.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? There's an O'Reilly Auto Parts. Turn left, Tyler.
Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you don't want to do the repair yourself, we can recommend a shop for you.
Okay, Tyler, let's go fix your car.
Auto Parts.
The finals are here. Round 1, the streets of Long Beach. It began yesterday in qualifying, and now it ends here in the finals. It's Connor Shanahan. He thought today was over earlier today, but he fought his way back, him and his team. Frederick Aasbo, is he going to be a repeat customer? He won here last year. Can he do it again? His frequent buyer card, he might ticket once again with a Rockstar stamp. That Rockstar energy drink, Toyota GR Supra. It's not going to be an American driver today because Cole Richards just lost to Connor Shanahan, but he should definitely hold his head high. Cole Richards, a Formula Drift Pro rookie, has been competing in Pro Spec for a while, and he finishes the highest of any pro debut. Congratulations to him. And on the other side of it, Aasbo takes out Jack Shanahan. Jack Shanahan having to retire after building a vehicle in less than 3 weeks, getting it back here, and he respectfully bowed out, not choosing to absolutely put a slick track on the course. So definitely a commendable gentleman of the sport, bowing out and allowing Aasbo to be handed the victory. There we are, a packed house here at Long Beach. We're back here in October. Our next stop of our Formula Drift Pro Championship, we will be in Atlanta. So please join us there, either online or in the building. Arguably the best stop of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. Thank you to our judges and Race Data Labs for debuting the technology here we're utilizing in qualifying. But Brian Eggert, Robin Nishida, and Reese Marin, and of course Vernon Zvanveld, he is in the building. But this is how our top 16 bracket has shaped up, and there's only 2 names standing, and 1 name will stand atop them all. Will it be the Irish driver Connor Shanahan joining a new team, a new chassis, a different power plant, and it seems to have been working out? Frederick Aasbo, tried and true, faithful. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Throw a new livery on it, refine it, get it tight, and get it right. Frederick the Norwegian Hammer Aasbo would love to be back on the box fighting for his 4th Formula Drift Championship, and that's a great place to start like he did last year. Shanahan and Aasbo, 2 legendary last names, flying their respective countries' flags. Talking about Norway and Ireland. Your thoughts, Jacob?
It's just been an incredible road to get here. I mean, through the fire and flames just to get to the point of battling head-to-head, and what an incredible way to start off their championship pursuit. I mean, James Deane obviously being a big favorite out very early for him, going out in the top 16. So this is going to allow a lot of these drivers, it's going to allow one of these drivers to have that big stretch over him. But ultimately, it's just the first round. We're just getting kicked off. But man, it's got to feel good to be able to take home that big carbon trophy at the end of this night.
Yes, it is. Either one of these guys could truly win here. Just rising to the occasion. And this is what I always talk about, that Papadakis Racing Camp, and, really kind of formulated with Tanner Faust and the way he could turn it up. Shout out to Tanner Faust if he's watching. Love you, homeboy, thinking about you. Here we go. Connor Shanahan out front in that Jerry Yang Racing and Juku Racing Red Bull 86. Puts it out there, just narrowly escapes that back wall, and now going into the outside zone 5. Now transitioning into the 2 outside and then inside zones. There it is, textbook, clinical, well done there by Frederick Aasbo, and of course Connor Shanahan out front.
Yeah, and this is where, this is where you have to decide. Do you take a risk? Do you try something crazy? Do you go in for a big dive, or do you try and play the odds a little bit? And I feel like both of them are riding the edge of that. They're going out to the walls as the crowds, I mean, absolutely erupting here as they come back around. Each driver's going all the way to the wall. Frederick Aasbo, I mean, he's running a great chase game. He has to hold back at that last second. I mean, it's a good transition, but maybe not the most aggressive transition. So it's weighing out the risk of how hard do you push right now. Do you want to throw it all away for glory, or do you try and hold back just a touch? And I mean, it's so even all the way through this right now. And when we swap it around, I mean, Connor, we know, is arguably one of the best chasers ever. But Freddie,
you got to think it's a rookie year it's a freshman year for him in this vehicle.
Yeah.
So how much can he trust it?
Exactly, and Freddie's got one of the best leads we've seen. He's so consistently fantastic. So, I mean, it's coming down to this.
Like I said, they just tick it up. I'm talking about the Papadakis camp and obviously the respective driver, previously Tanner Faust, and then now Frederick Aasbo. He just has that ability to ratchet it up and just tighten the belt and just create this pressure cooker of competition. So here we go. Frederick Aasbo now on front. Rockstar Energy Drink, Toyota GR Supra. Connor Shanahan chasing him down. Who's going to come out on top? Are we going to get a victor? As Aasbo, massive angle into outside zone 3. Into outside zone 4 goes Frederick Aasbo. Now Freddie going to outside zone 5. Connor Shanahan tucked in nicely in that pocket. And here comes Connor in that chase. And look at that, rubbing his racing. Yes, sir. Grinding on his door. Little Irish grinder. Yes, sir. Look at that, just grinding on his door. Wow.
Yeah, and this is what we expected. We knew Freddie out front was going to be textbook. He's going to be perfect. That is what he does. And we knew Connor Shanahan was going to be absurdly aggressive in the chase, and that is what he did on that run. I'm so pumped for this replay because this is exactly what we expected to see on it. It's wild. It's two of the best drivers in the game going head-to-head in one of the most difficult tracks in the history of drifting. And look at this. Oh, man, Connor with the dives. He times everything so well. And Freddie is just giving him a perfect lead to be able to do this. So that's the give and take with this. And there it is. That Irish goodbye all the way around, just shoving him off track. The final blow as they come across the line. I just love it. Little tap there, too. I mean, Connor's about it. He's dirty boxing the whole way around.
Irish goodbye is like when you don't say goodbye. You just leave. Yeah. This is an Irish hello, like, hey, let's party. Like he came in, kicked a hole in the speaker and says, let's party. So do we have a victor? Is it go one more time? What do you guys think? Is it Frederick Aasbo? Is it Connor Shanahan? Wow, the crowd erupts. Or are they going one more time?
See, I'm all right with that. You paid the price of admission. Let's get on with it.
You paid for the whole seat. You're only going to use the edge.
Oh, man.
And if we have a victor, if we have a winner, they will come down here, center track, and we will announce them. We'll bring them down here, right here in the center of the track, and we'll announce the winner. If we have a winner, make some noise for him. Frederick Aasbo. Oh, look at this. It looks like they're getting in their cars. Looks like we might have a winner. It looks like we have a winner. It is not unanimous, but it looks like we do have a winner.
This is tense up here.
All right, so it looks like we do have a winner. Frederick Aasbo won here last year. Is it a repeat performance for the three-time champ? And Connor Shanahan, his day earlier, he thought it was over in 32. Him and Gushi got into a tussle, not able to fix the car in the 10-minute and an additional 5-minute allotment. The competition committee said, you know what, let him run again. Get out your phones, kids. So we have a winner at round 1 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship here in 2026. And there's the Shanahan Bros. A packed house, round 2 of 8. In just a short amount of time, Mother's Day weekend. Join us out there, either in the building or online. You're going to be tuning in. As the dust settles, the smoke clears, the crews come out. Media gets prepped. Let's present to you our winners, and join us at the podium just behind Grandstand 18. Finishing third place of round 1 here on the streets of Long Beach of the 2026 Formula Drift Pro Championship. Third place goes to Jack Shanahan. Congratulations to Jack Shanahan getting third place, and now your winner. Your winner here at round 1 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship is not an American driver. He's sponsored by an energy drink. He's seen a lot of turmoil, and now he is your winner here. Round 1 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship in the streets of Long Beach is Connor Shanahan gets the win. Connor Shanahan, 2-1. There was a one more time, and 2 of the judges said that the Irish driver is deserved of the win. That means Frederick Aasbo gets second place here at round 1. The Rockstar Energy Drink driver gets second place. Connor Shanahan, Frederick Aasbo, and Jack Shanahan. It's an Aasbo sandwich with 2 pieces of Irish bread on either side. Talking about Jack and Connor. What do you got there, homeboy?
I'm just stoked. This is just the start of an incredible year. So many changes, so much going on, and this is the way that we get to kick things off, and I couldn't be happier, and yeah, I'm just pumped, man. What an incredible day.
I mean, Disneyland is not too far down the road, Magic Mountain, but we have roller coasters of our own, and it is the Shanahan roller coaster. Lorette, you have had many words with Connor. You've seen it. We've seen him cry tears of failure and now tears of joy. Down to you, Lorette.
We couldn't be happier for you. Connor Shanahan, the emotion just pouring out of you. No doubt this means so much for you. And guys, you might remember that in his rookie season in 2024, he took his first ever win in Orlando. This is only his second win, and you have been crawling, fighting, moving through the mud for this, Connor. Put this moment into words.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold back the emotion. The mind can be a crazy thing sometimes, you know. I was close to not coming back here this year. But I'm so glad that I did. And I found my home, Jerry Yang Racing, baby. Out of the box, I stepped foot in Jerry's workshop last week. And the first hour I got there, I knew this is it. This is our time, what a feeling. And when 2 worlds connect like that, I've been so lucky to have an amazing family back home who gave me such success overseas. And I've been searching for this feeling in America since I first came here, and it's early days. It's early days, and I'm just happy, full of emotion. Thank you to Jerry Yang Racing, all my sponsors, for believing in me, giving me the opportunity to come back. Game on. The plan was to come and win this race, and we thought it was all over in top 32. We picked up the pieces and start putting them back together. Thank you to everybody. My dad, my uncle is here, my brother, all my family back home, my mom knows how much this means to me, and yeah. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to enjoy this one. It means a lot deep down. Long Beach, what a place. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of round 1, Long Beach 2026, Connor Shanahan.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lorette. And congratulations, Connor Shanahan. Congratulations to Frederick Aasbo. There's Hiroya Minowa down there congratulating his Red Bull teammate. Jack Shanahan, the bro. Get on in there, big bro in the building. As, again, Jack getting third place. What an event. The emotions, the roller coaster, all over the place. And again, Shanahan 1 and 3 with Freddie in the middle. He almost did it once again. But what a crazy roller coaster events. We made history with the introduction of, again, the Wally, as we've nicknamed it, the mechanism on the roofs, and the digital scoring system being introduced yesterday, and we will use that through the entirety of the Pro Championship. We do have seating brackets for Pro Spec, for clarification. And I hope everybody enjoyed watching just as much as we did. Looking forward to Atlanta for round 2 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. Join us over at the podium ceremony for the carbon fiber trophies, and we'll have some words just a little bit with these very talented drivers. Let's take a look at the results. Connor Shanahan, 1 stop down, 7 to go, and it all ends here in October. The biggest surprise, Cole Richards. Cole Richards on his pro debut is finishing 4th. Sorensen, Higa, Hughes, Deane, Forsberg. I mean, there are some big names that went down early, but rightfully so. A lot of talent in the competition field this year. Looking forward to Pro Spec, all of it. So, man, again, just still so much competition left in the entirety of our 2026 season. Thank you so much to our whole crew, Transition Productions. Thank you to Ryan Sage, our president, co-founder, Jim Lau. Happy birthday to Dwight Tanaka. Again, rest in peace, Jim McCann, the McAllen, as well as Alex Pfeiffer, Mr. Battle version. Congratulations to Dai Yoshihara, your 2026 Formula Drift Hall of Fame inductee. And thank you to all the Formula Drift fans in the building or online. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. We kick off our 23rd season, and we'll see you in Atlanta. We'll see you online, or we'll see you another time. Send it! Formula